What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. Happy Boxing Day. You are watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. It is December 26, 2025, and we are here once again at Kaagbaan for a continuation of yesterday. Another day of arrivals. Gorgeous Kaiserwetter, as the Germans call it. No cloud to be seen. Sub-zero temperatures. It's minus 4 degrees Celsius. But the wind is a fraction of what it was yesterday, and that makes it a lot less cold to be out here than it was yesterday. First arrival on the right, KLM flight 702, arriving from Buenos Aires, 777-200 Finnair A380. This time we are in time. Special livery, all the balls, blue balls, Mighty Mecco. Marja, goedenavond. Wolfgang, good morning. And welcome to the show, everybody else who already joined. Hank, Nielsel, Lena, Peter. Welcome to the show, guys. KLM flight 702, arriving from Buenos Aires. 12 hours, 54 minutes on the way, no less. BQL. Damien, goedemorgen. Griffioen Fotografie, goedemorgen. Leo, goedemorgen. Melvin, goedemorgen. Lans, goedemorgen. Stefan, goedemorgen kerel. Ramon, goedemorgen. Stefanie, good morning. Joop, goedemorgen. Joop, goedemorgen. Twee Joops. Murmelnator, guten Morgen und herzlich willkommen. Paul, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, guys. Finnair A380 in the Mighty Mecco Kivet livery. Arriving from bloody Helsinki in Finland. 1 hour 57 minutes on the way. Oscar Hotel Lima Whiskey Lima. Behind it, a Chinese cargo triple. And approaching from the right, if visible already, I'm not sure, would be a KLM 737. Melvin, good morning. Banderman, good morning. Valentijn, goedemorgen. Bo, goedemorgen. Grover, goedemorgen. Vero, goedemorgen. Oh yeah, and there's the 737 at the 7 o'clock of the A350. Finnair Mighty Mecco Kivet livery. 8-year-old airplane. Its first flight was in August 2017. Blue balls, which is definitely something you would get if you were a man standing here in the cold for a prolonged period of time. If you aren't adequately clothed. Jackson, good morning. Clouds, goedemorgen. Chinese triple next. Suparna Airlines, it is supposedly diverting to Anchorage. At least that's what Flight Radar says. Still very much looking to be landing here on the Kaagbaan. Suparna flight 87429. Third heated glove, indeed. Or a heated sock. Probably a heated sock would do. Suparna arriving from Chongqing. And according to Flight Radar, diverting to Anchorage. I think it might be going to Anchorage after it has visited Amsterdam. This is the Bravo 227 X-ray, 10 hours underway and 5 minutes. Begs the question, is this the same 777 arriving again that we saw leaving yesterday? Good morning, Dale. Good morning, Ronnie. Hey, Jean-Yves. Salut, mon ami. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Oens, goedemorgen. Pilot Flying definitely found the lever for the reverse thrust. The canal that was flowing yesterday has frozen over overnight. Everything here now ice. And oh, underhand wave from a shady figure. This is current status quo. It's not exactly cloudless. If you look at the southerly horizon, you can see some cirrus clouds. I also had to scrape my front windshield. There was a small bit of icing on it, not very much. But you can definitely see also by the length of the contrails, there's a bit more humidity in the sky than there was yesterday. Double Dutch, good morning. Happy Boxing Day to all of you. Hope you had a good day yesterday. CL Beef Burger, good morning. Next airplane, KLM Flight 1040 arriving from Birmingham. Daniel, good morning. Paul, good morning. Merry Christmas, buddy. Buddy, mate. Muddy. Bait. Just trying to mix up words. Hey Ruud, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, one and all. Now, was this the same 777 that we saw leave yesterday? I think it was with the Silkway 747 that the Suparna triple yesterday went out, more or less simultaneously. First E2 Embraer of the show, KLM Flight 1570, arriving from Porto in Portugal. EasyJet A320neo arriving from Bristol behind it. According to Flight Radar, no. Thanks for looking that up, Wolfgang. I am not sure how big the fleet of Suparna is to begin with, let alone how many 777 freighters they currently have. Right, let's see. I put the hoodie of my parka on, but I think I'm going to try with just a hat on. That gives me a bit more room to look around me. I was hearing a helicopter, but with my hoodie over my head, it was hard to find. With just a hat over my hat, it is a bit easier to see in the peripheral vision, the periphery of my vision. Police helicopter passing by. Tommy Jeffs, Feliz Navidad. Hey boy, goedemorgen. Like the name. Jere, goedemorgen. Tuning in from Zaventem in Brussels. Good morning and welcome to the channel, mate. Ozzy Jan, goedemorgen. Martin, goedemorgen kerel. Good to see you again. Happy Boxing Day. Hey there Nancy, good morning. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Good to have you again in the chat. Hope all is well. Now, I already ordered new batteries for my heated gloves. One of the two that originally came with the gloves has already given out. This has happened before. After only 10 minutes or no, probably even less of use. That has become useless. That's okay, I still have 5 more where those came from. EasyJet A320neo and arriving from Bristol, flight 22921. And this is not Jesus, but Gazeg. What? Also, Nancy, thank you so much for your continued support. 8 months as a member. I hope those 8 months have been to your liking. If anything is amiss in the lounge, according to you, let me know and let me see what I can do to make things better. Hope you'll keep coming back for many more months to come. If not as a member, then of course as a regular, frequent visitor. Almost done. Need to close the cuff. Power on. Should be good again. Hey, bird control. Thought I was hearing odd noises. That's the bird controller over there using the sound effects on the car. Fritz, guten Morgen und herzlich willkommen. Thierry, goedemorgen. Mr. Kangaroos, good evening. Tuning in all the way from Sydney. Happy Carp, goedemorgen, good morning. John van Reewijk, goedemorgen. United 737, a few minutes out, Wolfgang is mentioning. Before that, we are going to see the first Delta of the show. I had a look on Flight Radar this morning. Several Deltas underway. Not a single one was an A350, at least that I could see. Or I missed any A350s that might be underway, but as far as I could see, there weren't any. Which once again begs the question that was also posed yesterday by somebody in the chat. Is Delta flying A350s to Schiphol anymore, or have they stopped doing it and has it become an A330 only destination? Makes you wonder. Martin, goedemorgen en fijne tweede kerstdag to you and yours as well. Hans, goedemorgen. Veerboot, goedemorgen, and thank you so much for your generosity. Veerboot writes, Happy Christmas, boy and chat, something for a warm drink after. Well, thank you so much, Veerboot, for your generosity. You didn't have to do that, you did it anyway. I thank you for that. Something warm to drink after the stream. I will definitely do that. Cup of coffee to begin with. But it's infinitely better doable than it was yesterday. I did bring the blimp along because this morning we still had double-digit wind speeds. I think it has slowed down to, what was it, 7 knots or so? Could have gone with just the dead cat and the microphone attached to the camera. But then again, the wind might pick up a bit later in the morning. Right now it's to the feel over here where I'm standing, it's almost completely wind still. The wind is blowing from behind. It makes all the difference between being freezing cold and when dressed warmly, it is doable. This has been Delta Airlines Flight 162, arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota. 8 hours and 22 minutes on the way. November 421 Delta X-ray. Sparta Rotterdam, goedemorgen. Roel Muziek, goedemorgen. It is cold, absolutely. If you look in the ticker, you will see the temperatures are still -Celsius, below zero. And the water that was flowing richly yesterday has frozen over. Now, everywhere. Bird controller is over there. And a wave back and forth. Bird control K3 on duty. Now, the flag is waving a little bit, but not nearly as much as yesterday. We have another beautiful 3 airplane glide slope shot. I thought about going to the Polderbaan, but then again I thought with the lighting that we are having today, plus the good visibility on the glide slope, it would be a shame to go to Polderbaan with backlit departures, even though it would be nice for the change. I thought, well, let's do 2 days of the same type of traffic in a row because we have the lighting in our favor and we have excellent visibility, so hope you guys don't mind. If you do, it's too late to change. BA flight 432 arriving from London Heathrow.
You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
Rex Chizek, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen. Happy Boxing Day to you all. Gertin en Jacqueline, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Cal, good morning, goedemorgen. And welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Don't be shy. The people won't bite unless you ask them politely to do so. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many are watching, they're all friendly. Together they are very knowledgeable. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. It'll help to bring in more people in the future, allegedly. Turkish Airlines flight 1951 is next. Today an A380, yesterday it was a 7879 Dreamliner. This is the TC Junior JNR, Juliet November Romeo. Left from Istanbul 2 hours and 51 minutes ago. Little bit ahead of schedule. 13-year-old airplane, first flight April 2012. Hey Amanda, good morning. And welcome to the show. Hey QJ, Merry Christmas. Good to see you again, mate. Hope you had a good day yesterday. HS Henry, guten Morgen. Michael, good morning. Klaas, goedemorgen. Was that you on duty, boy? Nice. Boy in K3. 767 at Polderbaan lined up, Wolfgang says. Yeah, well. It better show itself then. Because there's a 767-300 approaching here. United flight 909, arriving from Chicago. And Klaas already went ahead just now, gifting 5 memberships. Klaas, mate, thank you so much for your generosity. You didn't have to do that, you know that, right? I hope that everybody who just received a gifted membership from you will say thank you for it. And will enjoy the custom emojis that they now have at their disposal for a month. Klaas, dankjewel. Thank you so much for your generosity. You didn't have to do it, but you did it anyway. A warm welcome to the Aurora Skylines, those new members. Chris, goedemorgen. Pete, goedemorgen. Good morning. This is United Airlines flight 909. From Chicago over a 7 67-300. The November 670 Uniform Alpha. And that is a 26-year-old hailing from August 1999. Now, I must have missed it. I think that might be that 767-400. Hey Jan, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. DW Wolf, goedemorgen, good morning. Arnoud, goedemorgen, good morning. Tommy, good morning. Indeed, Tommy, spectacular lighting. Hey, is that... Oh shoot, there's dust on my lens. Or is it a dried up droplet? Hard to see. That is annoying. Luckily, I have just the right thing to fix it. It is a lens pen with a brush on one side and a little thingy to clean the lens with without leaving any trails. So let me first brush the lens, so if it were dust it would be brushed off. I do apologize, didn't see that yesterday. Yes. Spotlessly clean again. Solar hood over the lens again. Right. Well, we missed an SAS arrival. Apologies for that. We are in time to see the next batch. Now, you might want to look away for the next airplane if you are gluten intolerant. It might give you the cramps. It's an A320neo arriving from, you guessed it, Karsten, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen, good to see you again. QJ asks about the new tripod. It's not, it hasn't been delivered yet. It hasn't been delivered yet, so I'm still waiting for it. I hope it will arrive in the upcoming week, but I'm not sure that it will. Hey Clementia, goedemorgen. Karsten Mate, thank you so much. What are you doing? Already gifting 5 memberships. You didn't have to do that. You did it anyway. A warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those new members. If you are one of the recipients of Karsten's gifted memberships, don't forget to say thank you or dankeschön to him. And enjoy those custom emojis that you now have at your disposal for a month. 34 of them. I encourage every member, new and old, to use those custom emojis as much as possible. They're there to be had fun with, so make sure that you do. It's an Oreo, and that's the Gazov. Gerda, goedemorgen. Fly Eileen, goedemorgen. Michel, goedemorgen. Jens, goedemorgen. Happy Boxing Day to all of you. So it's a continuation of yesterday's weather, albeit with just a bit less wind. In the meantime, the canal over here has frozen over. All of the side canals have too. The wind is still blowing, and I tried filming with just my hat, my winter hat over my head, but that is a bit cold still, so I am going to resort to going back with the hoodie. The parka hoodie does work best, even though it reduces your peripheral vision. It keeps your face and your neck so much more warmer. Can I please clean your computer screen? Sorry, Jean-Yves, you'll have to do that yourself, mate. That I cannot do for you, unfortunately. This was KLM flight 1402 arriving from Paris. It's narrow bodies o'clock for the time being. KM Malta up next, A320neo, EasyJet A319 arriving from Gatwick next after that. Bernd, good morning, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen. Tron, Roger, good morning. Tuning in from southeast Norway. Wolfgang asks if we'll see the icebreaker soon. That's a good question. I'm not seeing anybody on the move in the water over here. Phil Castro has returned. Fidel is watching for taxi passengers, looking for new rides. Hey Bas, goedemorgen. Alan, good morning mate. Happy Boxing Day to all of you. Hope everybody had a good day yesterday. Merry Christmas to every one of you. Hey Peppy Pittel, auch wieder zurück. Servus nach Innsbruck. Good to see you again mate. KM Malta, flight 394, arriving from Malta. It's an A320neo. Well, here we have Fidel. Raoul is right over there. The Kestrel bros are hunting. Looking for Pinky and the Brain. One's a genius, the other's insane. Right, next up EasyJet with an A319 arriving from London Gatwick. Behind it is Air Arabia Maroc arriving from Tangier, and after that Pegasus arriving from Istanbul. Air Oink Oink. Now, big picture wise, there is still a KLM 747 over there. No, I stand corrected, there are two. Not exactly sure what those airplanes are. Air Arabia Morocco flight 127 arriving from Tangier, which is in Morocco in the north of Africa. Hey, good morning, Foster Darshane, good morning. Pegasus will be next after this. Air Oink Oink arriving from Istanbul. Hey Pieter, goedemorgen, good morning. Not completely alone, there are a few people already here It's not as cold as it was yesterday, so more people are out right now. Yesterday, I was standing here with another guy who was standing right here next to me. He only left a bit earlier than I did. Not sure if he also had heated gloves or not. For me at least, that is definitely a necessity with weather like this. If he did without, I am absolutely amazed. Richard asks if I have ice skates with me. I don't know. Shall I venture onto the ice to see if it will hold my weight? Nah, it's not going to hold my weight. I'm pretty sure of that. In the meantime, Bernd is celebrating. He has gone green. In other words, he is a member for a year. He is celebrating today. And he writes, thanks for the great streams this year. Top. Well, thank you so much, Bernd, for your kind words and for your ongoing support. A year in the lounge, and I hope it has been to your liking. If anything in the lounge is amiss, let me know and let me see what I can do to make things better. Hope you'll stick around for many more months to come, Bernd. And if anything is amiss, let me know. GM to me, good morning. Good evening to you then, if you're tuning in from Australia. LC878, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen. Mr. Aviation, good morning, fijne kerst. Oink oink. Pegasus, flight 1251, arrival from Istanbul. Must have had a bit of tailwind, 2 hours and 47 minutes the flight time. Tango Charlie, Romeo Bravo Hotel. Hey Rob, goedemorgen. Kiwi Fly, good evening. 4-year-old airplane, first flight November 2021, this airplane. And Ramon is celebrating his second month of membership. Fantastic 2025, up to a great 2026. Absolutely, Ramon. Thank you for your support, and I hope you'll enjoy being a member for a long time to come. Indeed, Robin. Goedemorgen. At 1,000 likes, no airplane dance, but a lap of skating. Well, I am perfectly well positioned over here in the canal. I could do an airplane skate lap. Yeah. Well, I'm really curious to see if it would hold my weight. I don't think it would. Maybe a small child, but an adult, I don't think it'll hold yet. Hey Rob, goedemorgen. Ineke, goedemorgen. Fijne tweede kerstdag. Michael Walker is also celebrating. He has gone from green to blue. In other words, a 2-year membership anniversary. Thank you so much for your continued support, Michael Walker. That is terrific. And Michael writes, wow, where has it gone? 2 years. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you so much for your continued support and your kind words. I will do my best to keep it up as much as possible. Two years. Where have they gone? Time flies, just like the airplanes over here do. Hope you'll enjoy the lounge for many more months to come. If anything is wrong or amiss, let me know, Michael. That goes for all members. Another crabbing airplane. This is the KLM 100 years Dreamliner, the BKA. Arriving from Cartagena, which is in Colombia, which you'll find right next to Ecuador. Hey Danny, goedemorgen. Vistic Aether asks if I am live tomorrow. Should be. Normally speaking, I should be. Hey Lance, good morning, my friend. -4 last night here in Brittany. The dog has its coat on. It damn well should, with those temperatures. -4. I think we also had that last night. What is it currently? It is -3 or so. The meter will pass by in a few moments. Merry Christmas, Lance. Hope all is well. See that Michael is also back in the chat. Good morning, Michael. Happy Boxing Day. So 7 knots of wind. And the temperature is -4. Yeah, that's also what we are having over here right now. It makes all the difference if you have 7 knots of wind like now, or if you have 20 or so knots of wind like yesterday. The BK, 9 hours and 11 minutes underway. From Cartagena back to Amsterdam. Oop, deflects. Wingtips fall down as soon as those spoilers rise. Hey Ricardo, goedemorgen. Fijne tweede kerstdag. Wax Chisak asks, is there much crosswind the way the approach is? Good question. Not that much, but you are able to see the airplanes crab a little. Let's have a quick look at the meter so we can visualize things. Do a refresh, have the latest info in the picture. The airplanes are arriving on runway 06. This is the current wind direction. So only slightly, 8 knots of wind, -3 the temperature. So there's not a lot of crosswind. I think there was more crosswind yesterday. The wind was not only faster, harder, but maybe also just a tad more southerly than it is today. Next up, KLM flight 1918. The airplane that you see behind it is KLM flight 644, arriving from New York, and an A319 from Croatia is expected to be third. Hey Innie Mini, goedemorgen. Erik, goedemorgen. Darek Laguna, good morning. Happy Boxing Day to all of you. It's another cavalcade day, although if you look at the horizon you will see there is more humidity in the atmosphere than there was yesterday. Particularly if you look to the south, you will see cirrus clouds. The wind is still blowing, but not like yesterday when it was really windy. So on the news yesterday it was mentioned that it's the coldest Christmas in 30 or so years. This is KLM flight 644, arriving from New York, JFK, 787-10 Dreamliner, 6 hours and 45 minutes on the way, the PHBKL, Bravo Kilo Lima. 3-year-old airplane, first flight June 2022. Rob asks in Dutch if any sleds have landed here. Sleds, not sluts. I haven't seen them, Rob. But that doesn't mean that they didn't land. There's Fidel. Hunting for Pinky and the Brain. Absolutely lovely to see how it keeps its head completely still. Right. Now, for the time being, the next airplane is the only airplane on the glide slope. There is another American Dreamliner coming. Yeah, there it is. At the 5 o'clock at the bottom, just above the building. That's the next airplane to arrive after the airplane here in the foreground, which is Croatia Airlines Flight 450, arriving from Zagreb, 1 hour 27 minutes on the way, 9 Alpha Charlie Tango, November in the registration. 13-year-old airplane, first flight March 2012. And Afro Blumenkind, thank you for your super chat. Please, one shout out to my dear plane spotters friends Hannah, Tom, and Paul. Merry Christmas. Well, there you go, guys. Merry Christmas from Afro Blumenkind. And from me. Thank you so much, Afro Blumenkind, for your super chat. American Airlines Flight 204 is next. We saw it approaching the glide slope, which it is on at the moment. ETA will be next after that. ETA Airways Flight 108 arriving from Rome. That's a Bombardier C Series 300. Now at the 7 o'clock, just above the buildings. Christian, good morning. John Singleton, good morning and welcome back. Peter, goedemorgen, Merry Christmas. Ronaldo, goedemorgen, Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day to you and yours. American Airlines Flight 204, the next airplane on the glide slope approaching. You can see it is crabbing a little bit. Actually, I think it is crabbing more than what you would expect based on what I showed you in the meter visualization a couple of minutes ago. We've seen that before, also at the Polderbaan, that the airplanes seem to be crabbing more than what you would expect based on what you saw in the meter. Meter is always showing the ground level wind. Might be a bit more windy and a bit different direction, a bit higher up. That's probably the case. Arriving from Philadelphia, 7 hours and 2 minutes on the way, the November 870 Alpha X-Ray. Karsten says, 3 more weeks and I'll turn green. I'm going off now. Well, Karsten, thank you for joining here today. We'll make sure to celebrate your green status in 3 weeks from now. Right now, I thank you for 11 months of support and many, many, many gifted memberships that you have donated in the meantime as well. Hope that everybody who ever received a gifted membership from you has said thank you for that. 3 more weeks. Well, that's also when I should be back to streaming again. I'm not sure after this weekend if I'll make it next week to do a stream. Not sure yet what my what time I will rise on the 1st of January. I won't be streaming on the 2nd of January because in the night from 2nd to 3rd January I'll be driving to Austria. So I'll need to prepare the suitcase and everything. I'm still working on December 30 and 31st. Now I'll be returning on Saturday the 10th after having driven a full day, probably in the evening somewhere. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream on that Sunday. Probably not, so probably will be out for 2 weeks after this weekend. Next up, Ita. Mieke, goedemorgen, Merry Christmas. And Michael Walker, what are you doing, mate? Gifting 5 memberships just now. Thank you so much for your generosity and a warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those new members. Don't forget to say thank you if you are one of the recipients of Michael's gifted memberships Have fun with the custom emojis that you have at your disposal for a month. 34 of them. Enjoy them. And Michael, once again, thank you so much for your generosity. 5 new members courtesy of you. This dark blue, beautiful airplane is ETA Airways Flight 108 arriving from Rome. The EHAM Hotel Mike. 1 hour and 48 minutes on the way. 2-year-old airplane, first flight August 2023. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. Where there's one ETA, there is never a second one too far off. In fact, the next airplane is also ETA. ETA Airways Flight 120 arriving from Milan. Bombardier C Series 300. Another one of those beauts. There it is. And there should be a KLM A330 behind it at the 7 o'clock, already visible, very bottom of the screen. David Wolf, goedemorgen, good morning. Thank you so much for your continued support, 2 months as a member. Hope that you enjoy the membership still and the lounge. And that during the Christmas month, he writes. Yeah. 2 months and counting. Hope those 2 months have been to your liking. If not, let me know. And let me see what I can do to make things better. Now, you can see that the A330 is approaching more directly and that the A220 is crabbing more. It's lower, it's closer by. Shows you how the wind differs from location to location. ETA Airways Flight 120 arriving from Milan, Bombardier C Series 300, followed by an A330. And if you look at the 10 o'clock of that A330, you'll see the next airplane behind it. That's over the city of Leiden. Air Arabia Morocco arriving from Nador in Morocco. Now look at the angle of the ETA. It's more directed to us. Now it looks like the A330 is leaning in more, is crabbing more. Might even make for an interesting time lapse if you were to do that. Maria says, please post photos of your trip in the community section. Not sure if people are interested in that, Maria. I'll see if I can post 1 or 2 pictures. Now, with this lighting, you'll also see all the details on the tail and the backside of the fuselage. ITAB. Irish registered. Familiar whistle. E2 Embraers also have the same whistle. Next airplane, KLM Flight 696 arriving from Toronto in Canada, A330-300. But is it? Because this airplane has the registration Papa Hotel Alpha Kilo Echo. In other words, it's fake. And that tells me This might not be a real airplane. This might not be arriving from Toronto. It might not be an A330-300. Its flight time might not be 7 hours and 7 minutes. It might all just be fake news and a hoax. Will it sound real? That's the question. It's 12 years old according to Flight Radar, but is it? First flight January 2013. It raises more questions than it answers. It sounded real. Hadi Marijke, goedemorgen. Good morning everybody else who may have joined. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. Happy Boxing Day. It's a cold day here. If you look in the ticker, you will see it is -4 degrees Celsius. The canal over here has frozen over. Yesterday it was still moving, not after last night. The sun is out. Some serious clouds in the south at the horizon, but here in the immediate vicinity, nothing but blue sky and contrails here and there. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in that quadrant alone. 10. On a day like today, almost all of them are visible, and it just shows you how busy it is in European airspace on Boxing Day. Air Arabia Morocco arriving from Nador in the north of Air Arabia Morocco flight 121. And it seems that we've crossed through 300 likes. Thank you all so much for that. Glad to hear you guys are enjoying. If you are enjoying the show, you haven't done so already, consider adding to the likes. It allegedly helps to bring in new viewers. Not sure that it does, but can't hurt, can it? Nippon Cargo 7478 in the process of being pushed back. What will it go to? To Italy? Or somewhere else? Hadi Henk, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined. Nippon Cargo over there. And on the subject of quad-engined airplanes, I haven't even shown you Flight Radar to see what we are expecting. Let's do that. It's not as busy as yesterday with quad-engined airplanes. There is a 747 arriving, but at the wrong time. Between 11 and 11:40, I think runway 36 right will be open for arrivals from the east, so that will probably go to the wrong runway. Atlas is underway, expected shortly before noon. That should arrive on the right runway. Transavia Retro is going out to Thessaloniki and will not return in today's show. Also arriving just after lunchtime, afternoon, will be Emirates Flight 147. It will arrive at a time when only one runway will be open for inbound traffic. It should land here on Kaagbaan. Embraer 175 passing by, arriving from Prague in the Czech Republic. Meanwhile, Bas is celebrating 7 months of membership, and he writes, thanks for the great streams. Well, thank you for your kind words and for your continued support, Bas. I hope that everything in the lounge is still very much to your liking, and if it isn't, let me know and let me see what I can do to make things better. And that also goes for Anaconda, aka Flores. Flores, thank you so much for your continued support. 23 months, it's your last month as a green member. Enjoy it while you can. Almost turning blue. Thank you both so much for your support over the months, and I hope everything in the lounge is still to your liking. If it isn't, let me know. That goes for all members. If anything is amiss, and if anything can be improved on, let me know. If you're asked, hey, are you not freezing standing there? Well, not really. If you dress warmly, you should be able to manage. Yesterday it was far worse than today, with double-digit wind speeds. It's still not warm, but it isn't as cold as it was yesterday. Our next airplane is a Delta A330, A330-300, Delta Airlines Flight 136, arriving from Detroit, Michigan. It will be followed by a KLM 737-900. And that will be followed by a KLM 7879 Dreamliner arriving from Austin. This is Delta Airlines Flight 136 arriving from Detroit, Michigan, where it left from 7 hours and 52 minutes ago. It's the November 808, November Whiskey. 21 years old, first flight March 2004. Hadi Tina, goedemorgen. Welcome back everybody. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan, Runway 06 for another day of frosty but sunny arrivals. Hadi Wouter, goedemorgen. Mijn kopoel, guten Morgen. Nippon goes to Frankfurt. Thanks for the heads up. I thought so. Frankfurt or Milan. That's usually where they go to. No way that they didn't reverse there. That was quite clearly audible. Harold, good morning. Macamac, good morning. Carol, good morning. Alex, good morning. Bookie Meow, good morning. Welcome back. Right, you can see that the slats are lowered. That means that the flaps have been set. That's usually what they do after the controls check. I didn't pay attention to see if they already finished the controls check, but they probably did. Means that they'll ask for taxi clearance any minute now. So we should see it moving. Ready to cross the runway. Clearance. KLM Flight 1930 arriving from Geneva. Queenie doesn't seem to be moving yet, but that is going to change soon though. Hey, Kishore is tuning in all the way from Nepal. Welcome to the show, mate. Merry Christmas. I will turn around the camera because KLM Flight 668 is approaching next. That's the 7879 Dreamliner. Arriving from Austin in Texas. There it is. Texas. Star Alliance A330 turned final. Wolfgang says that must be Air Canada then. That must be it. First up, KLM, Flight 668, arriving from Austin in Texas, 7879 Dreamliner. Boom. deflexing of the wings when those spoilers go up. You can also quite clearly see that the cones are also watching us. Not sure when the 747 will cross the runway. At first we'll have to taxi to the edge of the runway. Hasn't begun moving yet, so let's turn around and look at the glide slope. 3 airplanes on the glide slope. Or is there a 4th already visible? I have letters and lines on my camera screen here, so not always do I see as much details as you guys are able to from home. On a bigger screen, not cluttered by text and whatnot. Data. This is Vueling flight 8365 arriving from Malaga, an A320. We were able to see the A320 behind it arriving from Erbil in Iraq and the Air Canada A330. Those we could already see. Not sure if we were able to see the E2 Embraer, that is now number 4. Nippon still hasn't moved yet. Hey Diane, goedemorgen. Joël, goedemorgen. Russell Crowe doing a flyby. Next up will be UR Airlines arriving from Erbil in Iraq. 4 hours and 39 minutes on the way. The LZDBT Delta Bravo Tango. "19-year-old airplane already. First flight September 2004. Ian, goedemorgen, Zuiderbuur. Southerly neighbor. Air Canada flight 808 will be next to arrive here. Let's turn around. A330-300. It doesn't have that nice boop the snoot black snooty that the Air Canada of yesterday had. That was looking really nice, wasn't it? We should start a petition that all airlines should have airplanes with liveries with black noses. That looks so much better already. Just that one change. Livery arriving from Toronto, 7 hours and 36 minutes on the way. The Charlie Golf Echo Golf India. Nippon will cross the runway now. Nippon will cross the runway right now. red noses are good too, mods. Absolutely. I do have a slight preference for black, but that BA with the red nose also looks really funny. It's more funny than cute. Right, next up, KLM flight 1002, arrival from London Heathrow, E2 Embraer 195. Flight time 46 minutes, absolutely nominal. Papa Hotel, November X-Ray Romeo. Hey, Lisa also in the chat, good to see you, Lisa. Pushing back another airplane over there. They are. Looks like the Qatar trip will also be leaving soon. Before that's going to happen, let me take a quick sip of vodka. Cold as ice. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you are, don't forget to leave a like. Next up will be KLM flight 758 arriving from Panama City, 777-300. It's also looking like there is a BizJet arriving from Palma de Mallorca on the glide slope to runway 36 right. You might already be able to pick up the GE90 starting. That's the Qatar's engines. Good morning, Sertak. Good morning, Andre. Good morning, AMS Potter. Good morning to all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan, runway 06, primary runway for arrivals, at least for another 10 minutes or so. We'll have converging arrivals from 11 until 11:40 approximately. During that time span, we'll see a 747 arriving on the wrong runway, unfortunately. Now there is a BizJet flying over there somewhere, doing an Air Icarus really close by the sun. There it is. It's a BizJet arriving from Palma de Mallorca. It's going to the wrong runway. There's also a Delta A330 arriving here on the Kaagbaan, so let's turn around and have a look at it first. That's better visible. Louder, bigger, in other words, a bit more interesting. Delta Airlines flight 90 arriving from Orlando, Florida, 9 hours and 4 minutes on the way, A330-300, November 806, November Whiskey. The airplane is 21 years old, first flight February 2004. Hey, Jay is also back. Happy Boxing Day, Jay. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. If you look in the ticker, you will see it is still pretty cool over here. Sub-zero temperatures. We also had that yesterday, but yesterday they came accompanied with much more wind than today. It's still not wind still, but the water is still. Yesterday this was a flowing river with waves, but it's all dried up, it's ice. Now, I'm not sure if it will hold my weight. I'm not going to try, even though maybe some of you guys would like to see that. I'm not going to. But we are waiting for the Schiphol icebreakers to break the ice. Another night like last night, and you will be able to cross the water without a problem. Good question, Clemencia. I haven't heard from Captain Jerry in a while. I've also asked about him in my streams before on a few occasions already. Has anybody heard from Captain Jerry Donnelly lately? Because he has been MIA for a while now. I hope he's doing all right. EasyJet will be next. EasyJet arrived from Scotland, from Edinburgh.
Bruh.
A320neo. Next after that will be Delta Airlines Flight 74, arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. Another A330, a neo. How long ago has it been that Delta sent an A350 to Schiphol? Ages ago. Is there anybody in the chat who has seen Delta A350s here recently at Schiphol? Might be that they sent them when I was working or otherwise unavailable to stream, but I cannot recall the last time I saw an A350 from Delta in our streams. Qatar's on the move. And good morning, Ibrahim van Harderwijk. Happy Boxing Day, Jan. Yeah, indeed, bro. Lieutenant Pro noticed. Good morning, Daniel. And good morning, Hans, who only knows Captain Jack. Might be that in the winter there's less capacity needed. That might be the case, Wolfgang. Not sure though. Artem says that Nippon is lined up on 36 center. Thanks for the heads up, mate. Let's see if we can spot its departure in a moment. Look like when I keep zoomed out a little bit. Keep being zoomed out a little bit. Right, if there is a 747 from Nippon next to take off from runway 36 center, we should see it in a few moments. This appearing between the building on the right and the advertising sign on the left. I think there was a cheater on Cheater's Lane first, because this certainly does not look like a 747 just yet. Hey, you're welcome, Amanda. Thank you for your kind words. I'm loving your stream. This is a nice, happy place. It certainly strives to be. Qatar still on the move, getting out while we were focused on 36 center. Norwegian will be next to land here, arriving from Stockholm, a 737-800. And in the meantime, I want to welcome our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. It is Joël Stompe. I hope I pronounced that properly. If I needed to say it in English, Joel Stompy, let me know. But I suspect it is a Dutch name that I should pronounce the way I did first. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, mate. Thank you for your support and for your vote of confidence. Make sure to have fun with those custom emojis that you now have at your disposal. Everything comes together. Norwegian landing and Nippon Cargo leaving for Frankfurt. And Wouter's daughter will be arriving later this morning. What flight will she be on, Wouter? Hopefully she'll be landing here on this runway. I am hearing propeller sounds. That tells me that the Dash 8-100 from the Coast Guard is over there somewhere, and I'll take off pretty soon. Let's zoom in quickly. Can I see anything? They're not showing on flight radar for some reason. It's most definitely propeller sounds coming from presumably the Coast Guard. Nippon in the meantime on its way to Frankfurt, 7478. Next up will be a KLM Embraer 175 arriving from Southampton, KLM flight 1068. And another big hitter behind it, KLM flight 636 is now number 2. That's a 777-200 arriving from Las Vegas. Ah, KLM flight 1198 from Oslo. Nice. Should not be a problem. We have a front row seat to see her land, Wouter. Hey Nelly, goedemorgen. Happy Boxing Day to you and yours as well. Hey, Siegfried is also in the chat. Celebrating 10 months of membership. Nijmeegse Nieuwsnet, bijna een heel jaar. Goeiedag. Happy Christmas to you. Ga zo door. I will definitely do my best, mate. Thank you so much for your support. Hope everything in the lounge is still to your liking. This is KLM flight 636, a 777-200 9 hours and 32 minutes on the way. Arriving from Las Vegas in Nevada. It's the Papa Hotel Bravo Quebec Echo BQE. That's 21 years old. First flight was in January 2004. The airplane that you see behind it is an A321neo, a G soon to be in the house. Arriving from Athens. Code Lessons, goedemorgen. Merry Christmas. En jij ook fijne tweede kerstdag, Ronaldo. Dankjewel. And in the meantime, Amanda White just now became our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. Welcome to the club, Amanda. Thank you for your vote of confidence. If you need to know where stuff is, ask around. Many have gone before you and will happily show you the way. Looks like another airplane has been pushed back, or am I missing? No, that's an angry Chinese. It's Air China Cargo. That's an A330, A330-200. No ground crew today, Eddie. Indeed, there isn't. I'm not completely alone though, mind you, there are other people who are out here weathering the cold. Brave souls. But over here where I am standing, I am completely alone. And the Dash 8 was indeed the culprit of the sounds I was hearing, having taken off from runway 04 over there. Maybe we'll catch a glimpse of it later when it will return. Out on a coastal patrol. Hey, guten Morgen, Pyrofreak. Wünsche dir eine schöne zweite Weihnachtstag. Wieder mal ein Top-Stream. Dankeschön für deine Wörter. Schöne zweite Weihnachtstag. To you too, mate. Next up, Aegean. Flight 3624 arriving from Athens, A321neo. Indigo on the downwind. Is it coming this way or is it going to 36 right already? I fear it might be the latter. Oh no, Indigo is coming this way. I can see it already. It's already past the glide slope of 36 right. It is 11 o'clock already. That's why I asked, because right now, on paper, the secondary runway for arrivals should have opened up. But has it? Indigo at least will be coming this way. We can see that already. Wouter asks if I will be here on Monday or on Tuesday. No, I will not. I will have to work on Tuesday and Monday is my day off. So sorry, Wouter. Unfortunately, I won't. Hey Gosse, goedemorgen kerel. Good to see you again. Oude Karoma, good morning. Stampy, goedemorgen. Meteor Mark, good morning. Welcome to the show, everybody. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are here at Kaagbaan, runway 06, which still seems to be the only runway in use for arrivals. That's interesting because normally around 11 a secondary runway for arrivals opens up. On a day like today, that normally would be Alsmeerbaan, runway 36 right. I'm thinking maybe the EasyJet arrival from Prague will be the first arrival to 36 right, and maybe Indigo was the last airplane arrival from the east for now, coming to the Kaagbaan. It'll only be a short stint of 40 minutes of converging arrivals from 11:40 until 1 o'clock. Once again, the Kaagbaan runway 06 will become the only runway for arrivals. There's Aegean, Ita in the background. Singapore 74, 8 minutes out. Thank you, Wolfgang. That will be arriving on 36 right, presumably. Has it already been assigned to 36 right? EasyJet flight 27928 arriving from Prague is probably the first airplane to 36 right, isn't it? Next up will be Iberia, flight 731 arriving from Madrid. That's an A320neo. And Transavia arriving from Innsbruck behind it. It's a 737, flight 6610. Hey Kilroy, goedemorgen. Time for coffee, greetings and a healthy 2026 from Twello. Greetings and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, bagmate. Iberia, it is no longer Iberia Express. That subsidiary seems to have been renamed to Iberia. It's all Iberia now. It used to be Iberia Express until a few months ago, I think. The A330 is moving. Look at the front windshield. You can see it's moving. We'll be crossing the runway pretty soon. Question is, when will it do so? Transavia will land first, probably. That's not too far away. Hey, and I'm hearing a GE90 being started. There's more cargo airplanes that are going to leave. Hey, Paul is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Welcome back. Happy Boxing Day. All right. Air China Cargo A330-200. Waiting to cross runway 06. Behind me is Transavia 6610 arriving. Arriving from beautiful Innsbruck. If you ever get the chance to fly into or out of Innsbruck by airplane, do so. You fly between the mountains. And that is absolutely unique. If you're approaching from the east, you'll fly over the city of Innsbruck shortly before touchdown. And Air China Cargo has begun to move. In the meantime, converging arrivals have begun. The first airplane to runway 36 right indeed is the A320neo from EasyJet arriving from Prague. There's also an A319 from EasyJet approaching the Kaagbaan. This is arriving from London Gatwick. Indigo will be next after that. The Dreamliner that yesterday went to the wrong runway today is still coming to this runway. We're lucky in that respect. It is the last airplane actually arriving from the east. Already assigned to 36 right. It slipped through the cracks and is coming to us. What a treat. Hey Jen Rosek, goedemorgen, good to see you again, mate. Merry Christmas. Light Writer, good morning. Light Writer says it looks a bit cold at Schiphol. It is still below zero, I think. Hey, Wolfgang says it looks like the 7-4 is coming to us. Has that been confirmed on bezoekbas or omgevingsinfo? Hey, jij ook vrolijk kerstmis, Gosse. Groetjes aan de rest, aan het gezin. Rustig aan het uitbuiken. Indigo Flight 21 is up next, arriving from Mumbai in India. It's a 7879 Dreamliner, the Lima November Romeo. 8 hours and 53 minutes underway. Approaching with a ground speed of 127 knots. That's nuts. Hey Infinity, goedemorgen kerel. Good to see you again. And Mark H also back in the chat. Welcome back, mate. Indito arriving from Mumbai. 8-year-old airplane. First flight July 2017. Hey, that's good news, Dustin. 747 confirmed Kaagbaan. What? That's a Boxing Day Christmas treat. Change from Alsmeerbaan. Is KLM flight 1198 going to... Oh, it's going to the wrong runway. What? This is not it, is it? Is this the E2? According to the flight radar, there is an E2 approaching, but further out still. I suspect this is it. Wouter's daughter on board. KLM flight 1198 arriving from Oslo. This is where we will lose it. But we should be able to see their roll out over there. In the meantime, also a massive big thank you to the Shadow Prepper. Happy second Christmas Day and happy Boxing Day to you all. For me, it's happy Ammunition Reloading Day with AMS live in the background. Ammunition Reloading Day? That sounds interesting. Are you at the shooting range? And there's your daughter having landed safely, Wouter. What a shame that it's going to the wrong runway. I need to quickly replace a battery in my heated glove. Next airplane arriving is KLM flight 1076 arriving from Bristol. That's an Embraer 175. Alright. After that, an Embraer 190 arriving from Norwich, KLM flight 1056. standing here with bare hands as I was busy trying to replace the battery in one of my heated gloves. That gets really cold really quickly. Let's quickly continue with inserting the battery in the cuff. Close the zipper, put back on the glove, turn on the heating elements, put on glove number 2. There we go. Again, like yesterday there was also a guy standing next to me all the time. Only shortly before I quit with the stream, he left, and I'm not sure if he had heated gloves or not. I suspect it might have been regular gloves. How on earth did they manage to stay out that long? Well, lucky break for us, ladies and gentlemen. The airplane, the quad-engined airplane that I thought was getting away from us, is actually coming to this runway. What a bonus treat. Singapore Airlines arriving from Sharjah. Singapore Airlines cargo, flight 73996. Let's go crazy with a bit of digital zoom. We can see that the gear is still up. We'll hear an Embraer 190 pass us by, arriving from Norwich. The 747 is being preceded by another KLM Embraer 190 arriving from Stavanger. Oh, the gear is extending. One of 2 747s underway, expected before 1 o'clock. The A380 is also coming and will arrive here on Kaagbaan. The other 747 is arriving from Miami and should also be landing here on this runway. And indeed, Joel, the A350 World to Fly is also coming this way. Should also be landing on the Kaagbaan, just like yesterday. Before the patat, happy holidays to you as well, to you and yours. Peter K also in the chat. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. I was about to read your message, Lance, and then you retracted it. Just too quick for me. There's a Delta A330 approach now at the bottom, just above the building, at the 7 o'clock of the 747. That's Delta Airlines Flight 56 arriving from Salt Lake City. Thank you all so much for that. That's halfway to an airplane dance. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you want to help support the channel, or if you want to see an airplane dance, or shall I venture to the ice and see if I can do an ice a lap on the ice. No, it's not thick enough yet. If they don't break the ice and the upcoming night will be as cold as last night, I think tomorrow you might probably be able to stand on the ice as an adult. And Shadow Prepper, thanks for elaborating. You didn't have to use a super chat to do so, but thank you so much. Ammunition reloading means manually assembling your own cartridges from individual components, new or used cases, primers, powder, bullets, instead of buying factory-made ammo. I do this at home. Wow. Wow, that's interesting, mate. Prepping your own ammunition. Well, there you go. Stuff you can do on Boxing Day. This is one of them. Right, Singapore Airlines cargo arriving for Sharjah. Will it get loud? Such Such a majestic, timeless livery. Also a majestic and timeless design, the 747 of course. Idle reversing it. The wind should blow any noise in this direction. Didn't hear the reverser spool up. It was an idle reverse landing, unfortunately. Indeed, Eddie, that is a literal Dutch saying. Don't go over one night of ice. Yeah. Shouldn't venture on thin ice. Hey PHZ, good morning. Jorik, goedemorgen. Happy holidays. My God, what a beautiful airplane. We'll get a long distance headshot from her in a few moments. First up, let's have a look at this beautiful glide slope shot. Delta Airlines Flight 56, arrival from Salt Lake City in the foreground, A330. Corendon World to Fly, A350 in the background. A glide slope shot that Jerry would have also enjoyed to see. If there is anybody out there who has heard from Captain Jerry Donnelly, please please share some information with us. Delta Airlines Flight 56, arrival from Salt Lake City in Utah, A330-300, 9.5 hours on the way, the November 827 November Whiskey. 9-year-old airplane, first flight, April 2016. Alright, soft touchdown, wheelie, and reversers, full bingo card landing. Delta delivers. Delta delivers, and there's Singapore. It's looking like she lost her gear, but that's just curvature. Sun Express in the background landing. The next arrival here on Kaagbaan behind me is the Corendon World to Fly A350. Arrival from Willemstad, Curaçao. 8 hours and 44 minutes on the way. Let's quickly turn back, see its landing. Oh, and there's a quad engine control coming my way. That's a big fat one. What is this? That looks like an A380. Let's see if we can get a few more details out when it's closer by. German Monster says, Emirates A380. Good morning, German Monster, and thank you for the information. Halshorst adding to that, A380 Manchester to Dubai. Should pass north of me, but very close to where I'm standing. unmistakably an A380. Once again, I am hearing engines being started right of me, coming from the cargo apron. Not ideally positioned to be filming this. This is a bit more stable. Close to my zenith. I'm not seeing your chats right now because my phone screen is pointing down to the ground as my camera is pointing up. Really close to the zenith. Almost immediately overhead. Absolutely lovely. What's even funnier is when you are in the Alps and you're on a skiing vacation and you're at the top of the mountain, you can see just that the airplanes are actually bigger. It makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. You can definitely see you're 20 or so % closer to them than here in the Netherlands on ground level. Hey there, Indo Dirk. Happy Boxing Day. Welcome back, mate. Teun, goedemorgen. Happy Boxing Day to you and yours. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory, but it is always appreciated. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many are watching. Together they know a lot. They're all friendly. Don't be afraid to interact with the people in the chat. Hey, thanks, Peter. Next airplane to arrive is KLM flight 954, arriving from Newcastle. It's an Embraer 175, and behind it should be a KLM 737 arriving from Birmingham. With further back another KLM, but an A321neo arriving from Paris. Converging arrivals are still in progress, although it's not very busy with traffic to runway 36 right. KLM Embraer 190 arriving from Gothenburg. Landing on Alsmeerbound next. And indeed, boss, if you're not new, you can also say hi. Absolutely. I encourage you all to say hi in the chat. Thing is, usually the people who are new to the channel usually do say hi when they enter the chat. It might be that people who are new to the channel might be a bit shy. There's no need to be. Ooh, people are talking about fried snacks in the chat. Fries, croquettes. I haven't eaten yet since yesterday evening, so I am still a bit peckish, or at least I'm starting to get a bit peckish. Not very hungry yet. My body is used to it, so it means I'm quite capable of going mornings without food, but talking about yummy food in the chat always works up an appetite. Kaas soufflé, always good. Absolutely, Jorik. Thibault, guten Morgen. Frohe Weihnachten. Tuning in from Witmund. Herzlich willkommen. Bert-Jan Lohuis vraagt: what's your preference, military or civil aviation? Well, that's a good question. It's a question that's hard to answer because where I am living, right next to Schiphol, there is not a lot of military aviation taking place. So I automatically end up at filming civil aviation. Now, were I living closer to military bases and if I were able to film military traffic more regularly or just as regularly as civil aviation, I'm not sure what would have my preference. Civil aviation is more bustling, it's more continuous action. military aviation, of course, you'll see airplane types and other vehicles that you normally wouldn't see that regularly. So the wow factor is higher, I think. So that's a hard question to answer, and as almost always is the case, it's nuanced. The answer is nuanced. Torsten, goedemorgen. Oosterse Schone, goedemorgen, good morning. Sigrid Friatna, back again in the chat, tuning in from Indonesia, from Java, if I recall correctly. And now people are mentioning their favorite snacks. Is that what you guys are now doing? God damn it! Now I'm starting to get hungry. The only thing I have with me is a big bottle of vodka, so I think I'll just have to take a few sips to at least have some filling in my stomach. I'll do that next after this airplane will have landed. This is KLM flight 1404 arriving from Paris, 40 minutes on the way. Fax M, Papa Hotel Alpha X-Ray Mike. It's an A321neo and the registration tells me it's pretty recent. It is brand new according to Flight Radar. First flight December 2025. Fax M. I think we saw this one last week before at the Polderbaan. Or did we? We did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this one before 1 or 2 weeks ago at the Polderbaan. MC0X, guten Morgen, aus dem kalten Monheim bei Köln. Wie kalt ist es? Hier ist es, wie kalt ist es? -2. Still freezing. -2 is the current temperature. It was mentioned that today the temperature high would get above 0. Here at Schiphol yesterday for an hour I think it was 0 degrees and the rest of the day it was below 0. Oh wait, forgot. -6, bisschen kalter, meer kalt. Still, I prefer cold weather with sunshine than warmer weather with clouds and rain. I'm pretty sure most of you will do too. Real winter weather. Weather like today, I always prefer that over any cloudy day. You can dress for warmth. For rain you can only do so much. Next up, KLM flight 765 arriving from Bonaire. That's an A330-200, the PHAOE Alpha Oscar Echo, 8 hours and 48 minutes underway. 19-year-old airplane, first flight July 2006. Hey, nice. The Team USA A330 is on the way to the Polderbaan. Yeah, well, keep us posted, Wolfgang. I'm not sure how much detail we can see of the Team USA livery from this angle. Probably not very much. Keep us posted. If there's nothing interesting going on over here, we can at least have a look or try to have a look. It's 11:30, but if you look on Flight Radar, it looks like they've already closed down runway 36 right. I'm not seeing any traffic going to that runway anymore. It seems like everything is coming to the Kaagbaan again. If that's the case, that's good news. It means that we'll probably see all arrivals here on this runway until approximately 1 o'clock. 1.5 hours of Kaagbaan exclusively. That's a nice treat. A nice bonus was that the Singapore Airlines Cargo 747 was assigned to our runway instead of the Aalsmeerbaan. Since there's no moving water here in the canal, I haven't seen a single aquatic bird. No coots, no grebes, no duckies. The coots were here yesterday. They were in the side canal and on land next to the side canal over here, but the grass is empty. And I'm also not seeing anything in the water, nor am I seeing anything on that end, in that region of the water. Martin also back in the chat. Happy Boxing Day, mate. Good to have you back. Hope you enjoyed yesterday. Alright. On the glide slope, approaching first, KLM flight 1216, arriving from Stockholm. E2 Embraer 195. Behind it is an Embraer 175, arriving from Aalborg. KLM flight 1284. And there's an EasyJet A319 arriving from Geneva in Switzerland, now number 3. E2 Embraer. Does it have a carrying cabin? Not all of them do. This one doesn't seem to have one. Nope. Looks like Karen will just have to sit next to the plebs in the main cabin. Outrageous. Current status quo. Looking to the north, this is what things look like. This is roughly looking to the east. Barring a few contrails, there's not much to be seen in the sky other than blue. Although if you do look closely at the horizon, you'll see a bit more nebulosity. This is looking to the south. The sun approximating its highest point. In an hour or so from now, I think it will reach the highest point, which is below 15 degrees. A point that in the summer, half year from now, it will have crossed already before most people will get up. A bit more to the southwest, south-southwest, you do see a few cirrus clouds, so further back there are a few clouds. You can also see them when I stay zoomed out and look at the glide slope. That's looking to the southwest. A bit more moisture in the air than yesterday. It is a transition day, last day of mostly sunny weather, and tomorrow more cloudiness is expected. Might also introduce fog, and that's also what they are expecting might happen on Sunday. So I hope Schiphol will be saved and won't be fogged down. Last Saturday, almost the entire Netherlands was under a layer of dense fog for most of the day. We'll see, we'll see. We don't expect any rain tomorrow or the day after tomorrow or the next week for that matter. It's going to stay dry for a longer period of time, although it is going to get a bit more cloudy and a bit more warm. And the next 2 days we might also get some nebulosity. Fingers crossed it's not going to be at Schiphol. Alright, our next airplane approaching is EasyJet arriving from Geneva, flight 27866. Let's have a look in a few moments to see where the airplanes of interest are. I think the Emirates A380 will be next, or was that 747 arriving before noon? Don't remember. correctly, the next 747 was arriving shortly before noon, and the A380 was expected shortly after noon. But let's have a quick look. It's narrow bodies o'clock right now on the glide slope, so good time to be looking on Flight Radar to see the airplanes of interest. Quick look. On Flight Radar will tell us that both quad squad members are approaching the Netherlands. Seems that the 747 is closest by. Yeah, Atlas Air expected around 12:03, so that's in little under half an hour from now. And 12:09 is the estimated time of arrival for the Emirates A380, so neck and neck. In the meantime, a visualization of the weather for you guys. The meter in the ticker is updating automatically, but here you can see it visualized. The wind has picked up a little bit, 11 knots. This is the wind direction, and this is versus the runway orientation, so you can see it's mostly headwind for the airplanes that are landing on this runway. Visibility is good, there's no ceiling, it's okay, it's -1 degrees Celsius. Still freezing, but not extensively. And it's not nearly as windy as it was yesterday, so it's definitely better doable than it was yesterday. I could have sworn I heard GE90s a minute ago. I'm not sure if there's a cargo airplane in the process of being pushed back, but I thought I heard something. And it seems that we have crossed through 600 likes. That's 60% of an airplane dance in the pocket. Thank you all so much for that, guys. Glad to hear you guys are enjoying the show. Hope everybody is. If you are enjoying the show and you haven't done so already, consider adding a like to the number of likes we have already. It'll help to bring in more people in the future, or at least that's what people say. Air France Flight 1500 will be next to land here, arriving from Paris, a Bombardier C-Series 300. Behind it is an Embraer 175 from KLM, arriving from Bremen in Germany. And below it is turning in EasyJet Flight 23441, arriving from Liverpool. Iceland Air Flight 500 is a 767-300, around 30 minutes out. Thank you, Wolfgang. Would be nice if they sent... Do they still have 757s, actually? Does Iceland Air still have 757s operational, or have they retired all of them? I know they retired those special livery ones. Unfortunately, this is unmistakably a GE90 starting. I'm not seeing anything yet. Ooh, Tina, what are you doing? Thank you so much for your generosity. Tina Buitenholm just now gifting 5 memberships. That is stupendously generous. Thank you so much, Tina. And a warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those new members. If you are one of the recipients of Tina's gifted memberships, don't forget to say thank you to her. Enjoy the custom emojis that you will now have at your disposal for a month. 34 of them. I encourage all of you to use them whenever you see fit, and also when you don't see fit. The more creative you get with them, the more fun they get. Tina, dankjewel. Thank you so much for your generosity, and a warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those new members. They're definitely starting up a cargo airplane somewhere behind those piles of rubble. I'm not seeing anything yet, but I'm expecting triples to be pushed back. Hey, and Adi is also back in the chat, tuning in from the Philippines, no less. Merry Christmas, mate. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. The Philippines seems a popular destination among some of you. Adi is definitely not the first person who reported in the live chat when on vacation in the Philippines. I imagine, and Mario Pro can probably tell, it must be different to celebrate Christmas when it's not cold, if you're used to that. Or at least I'm assuming that it isn't as cool in the Philippines as it is over here right now. Next airplane approaching is an A320 from EasyJet, arriving from Liverpool. It's the Gas PX. Golf Echo Zulu Papa X-Ray. 59 minutes on the way from Liverpool to Amsterdam. Its narrow bodies o'clock, still two 737-800s following the EasyJet. Both of them from KLM, one arriving from Berlin, the other from Dublin. A330 rolling, 36 left, right. The Team USA is what Wolfgang is referring to. Delta Team USA A330. Now, somewhere over there should be the polderbaan. And somewhere over there, airplanes taking off from the polderbaan should emerge. Now, either I am... Oh wait, no. There it is. Yes! Yeah, you can see the Team USA on the livery. Or at least you know that's what it's supposed to say. Because reading it is a bit difficult. Hey, thank you, Wolfgang. And Maria says, still not used to a warm Christmas after 20 years, so there you go. New Year's Eve without oliebollen is also not the same, I imagine. Although, you can bake them yourself, of course. That is the silver lining. You cannot create cold weather when you're living in a country on the southern hemisphere when it's Christmas. With New Year's Eve, there's always the obligatory item in the news in the Netherlands that we show footage of the countries that are ahead of us on the time scale that have already celebrated New Year's Eve. And it always starts, of course, in the Pacific with New Zealand and then with Australia. And you can see footage of people celebrating New Year's Eve on the beach or in the city in t-shirts and whatnot. Sometimes a foreign concept to me as an inhabitant of the Northern Hemisphere. Cannot imagine what it would be like to celebrate Christmas and New Year's Eve in shorts and t-shirts. Then again, it might be a foreign concept to people living on the Southern Hemisphere to celebrate Christmas when it is really cold. Or at least cooler than on average. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. That must be the effects of the cold. This is KLM flight 1136, arriving from Dublin in Ireland, 737-800. Karen cabin in the back. I'm still waiting for a triple to become visible because I'm pretty sure I heard GE90s starting and the sound seemed to be emanating from the cargo apron. Where are they? Wolfgang says, you can ask the next shop to sit in their cold storage, then you have a cold Christmas. Yeah. That's Wolfgang with the practical tips, Marja. It's not as gezellig as it would be when you're outdoors, but it is a possibility indeed, Wolfgang. Always coming up with practical tips. And indeed, you could celebrate twice if you travel back over the dateline. Absolutely. Klaas says oliebollen in Bremen would be nice, but nope. So that's a good reason to go to the Netherlands next week. But I understood that you, boy, won't be streaming. Well, I don't know yet what I'll do with New Year's Eve, with January 1st, the Thursday. I don't have any plans yet for New Year's, but I'll have to work first on Wednesday, and I'm not sure what time I'll go to bed with all the fireworks and whatnot. I want to make sure that the cat is not getting too stressed out, so I'll stick around as long as I think is needed. That means I'm not sure what time I'll get up and if I'll do a stream on Thursday. Friday I probably won't be streaming since I'll have to prep for my journey to Austria, which I'll do in the night from Friday till Saturday. So it's best to assume I'm going to be away for 2 weeks. Rob asks, how many oliebollen does one have to eat to have a heart attack? That depends. That depends on your lifestyle. Do you smoke and drink as well? Then less. If you have diabetes, even less. JetBlue arriving from Boston, Massachusetts, A321neo. Diana has to go. Thank you for stopping by, Diana. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care. I thought I heard something overhead. Ah, appelflappen. Nice, Marja. Those are also very, very tasty. Twin jet just now passed me by, looking to be on its way to the United States or Canada. Next up, a KLM 737-700 arriving from Edinburgh in Scotland. After this 737, there will be a KLM Embraer, still pretty far out, arriving from Humberside. Looks like the first next widebody is approaching Rotterdam and is arriving from Rio de Janeiro. Hey Rolf, goedemorgen. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well, mate. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Klaas will come by Marja in New Zealand when she has finished baking the apple flaps. Well, if you're going to Marja, then also bring some back for us, mate. Yeah, apple flaps are nice. Oliebollen as well. Have to remember to buy some. Don't think I'll have time to bake them myself, but I have to remember to get them in time before the stands will get long lines, which they almost always do on New Year's Eve. Making use of the fact that you can freeze oily balls really well and reheat them. I think I'll resort to doing that then. Hey, thanks for the heads up, Wietse. Wietse says that the A380 is coming to the Kaagbaan as expected. The same we're expecting for the 747. Michael Pietzrak, tuning in from a crispy cold Nottingham. Good morning, mate. Hope you keep up the great work into 2026. Cheers. I will definitely try my best to do that, mate. Thank you so much for the kind words. Hope you'll stay around in 2026 as well. Aviation Dutch asks what you got for Christmas Day. A lot of cold fingers. Yeah, yesterday it was far worse than today. It's relatively mild compared to yesterday. Danny actually prefers apple flaps to oily balls. I think there's something to say for both. Me personally, I don't think I could choose between the two. I think both are equally good. Too many apple flaps and you'll get bored. Too many oliebollen and the same will happen. But that's with everything. Too much is never good enough. It's never good. Hey Thomas, good to see you again, mate. Merry Christmas. Hope all is well. And Airport Aviation, good morning. Coming to Amsterdam in February to Plane Spot and Aviation Fair. Ah yeah, the Aviation Fair. It's always in February, isn't it? I'll be away for another week of skiing in February as well, just so you guys know. February 7th until the 14th. I will probably result in being 2 weeks away from streaming as well.
Snowy Ninja!
Hey, Santa Shinobi in the house. Good to see you, mate. Hoe is het, jongen?
Ja, lekker koud.
Koud? Vind je?
Nou, het valt mee.
Vind je? Nee, gisteren was het koud.
was het koud.
Yesterday it was absolutely freezing.
Het is nog steeds freezing, maar
It's still freezing, but yeah, it's the combination with the wind that really makes it made it really cold.
Yeah.
Let me enter out of seclusion, and but I will put on my hat again. This morning it was still a bit chilly. Now with the sun out, it's already a bit better.
It's pretty okay.
It is doable. Right, we're waiting for the next traffic to arrive, which should be over there already. Yeah, there it is. This is Transavia flight 5424 arriving from Pisa. Could go for a slice of pizza, but I wonder if you could get Uber Eats to deliver here in the Grassfield. Not sure if that has been attempted before. Pretty sure if you give them an address and a specific location, pretty sure they would be able to make it until the corner. Good question. Sander is spotting a quad-engined contrail that is flying northwest already. That has passed us by a couple of minutes ago. That looks like a Lufty. I think it might have been a Lufty 747. Right. Atlas 7 minutes out, thank you Wolfgang. I am Yayo Daddy, good morning. Better late than never. Hey Muis, goedemorgen, Merry Christmas. And it was an A340-600, Wolfgang says. So, Transavia flight 5424 is the next airplane to arrive over here. It is a 737-800. KLM flight 984 is arriving from London City. That's an Embraer 190 and should be approaching... Oh, there it is, from the right. The third airplane is also visible already. You can see it. That's a big one. It looks small, but that's because it is still in Leiden, above Leiden. That's a 777-200 KLM flight 706 arriving from Rio de Janeiro. Amanda White asks if you can hire mobility scooters in Amsterdam. There are electric scooters that you are able to rent if you have a subscription to the provider of that service, I think. Mobility scooters? No, not that I know. Not that I know. Regular scooters, electrified scooters you can. But no, mobility scooters I don't think, or Vegro. But I think that's for residents of the Netherlands. Yeah, or you need healthcare insurance in the Netherlands. Mobility scooters, not so much I think. Regular electric scooters, you are able to rent in cities, big cities. In villages like where me and Sander live, you won't find them.
You need to walk,
You need to walk, yeah, indeed. The 747 is approaching Haarlem. I think we ought to be able to see it then. Let me get my bearings in. This is the north, so northwest is over there. So I'm thinking in the vicinity of the buildings over there somewhere. It should be. If you just join us, I got it. It's a bit further to the left. Where did I see it just now? Oh, there it is. BINGO. That's Atlas Air Flight 8209. 7478. Yeah.
FYI.
Yeah?
Thing comes in
tomorrow. Oh, my own Shinobi balaclava. That's 2 days too late, mate. God damn it. God damn it. If there was one day where I could have used it, it was yesterday. Man. Well, quite clearly recognizable as Atlas. Should be arriving here soon. Next to land here on the Kaagbaan is this KLM flight 984 arriving from London City, an Embraer 190. Ooh, cold. It was warmer with my hoodie on. Do you mind if I go back to seclusion mode? That makes such a difference when the wind is coming from behind and your neck and your face is being shielded. Also, the fur on the edge of the hoodie makes a difference. There's hardly any wind that you feel in your face because of it. Freddy Dutch, good afternoon. Thijs, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. This is KLM flight 706, a 777-200 arriving from Rio de Janeiro. 10 hours and 51 minutes on the way. The Papa Hotel, Bravo, Quebec, Foxtrot. Approaching with 123 knots of ground speed. The airplane is 21 years old. First flight March 2004. And Thijs is celebrating 2 months of membership. And he writes in Dutch, Happy Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day to you too, Thijs. And thank you so much for the support. I hope that everything in the lounge is still to your liking. Yeah, interesting name, eh? Boxing Day.
Yeah.
We're thinking of Muhammad Ali right away. I thought so. I thought you must have been working or are on your way to work.
No, I started at 6 this morning.
Yeah.
And it was so. The things we needed to do, we did. But the things we have to do are so little, so to speak, so less.
Yeah.
That I was like, yo.
Why did I came to work to begin with?
Yo, 3 colleagues, yeah. Fine with me leaving now? Nope.
Yeah. Well,
See ya.
and rightly so. If there's no need to do any work right then.
Me and one of my colleagues, we did some what we call bulking. So we take stuff from upstairs,
Yeah.
put it down on the floor.
Yeah.
And we did all that. I was like, yeah. Oh gosh, it's still 10 o'clock. We needed to wait a whole freaking hour to walk the orders for Schiphol.
One of those days.
And we were with a lot. So we were like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. Okay, bye. And then I was,
And rightly so.
and I was in the car. Is boys dreaming?
Yes, I am.
Is that the Kaagbaan?
Might as well visit the Kaagbaan. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, is that the Kaagbaan? That's close.
There are 3 airplanes on the glide slope, and the 3rd airplane on the left is another 777-300ER. In the middle is an Embraer 175, KLM flight 1800 arriving from Düsseldorf, and over here is a jet arriving from Istanbul. That's an A321neo, 2 hours and 55 minutes underway. The TC Lua Tango Charlie Lima Uniform Alpha. Nominal flight duration 2 hours 55 minutes. I absolutely know for a fact that I have heard GE90 engines starting, the sound emanating from over there, but it looks like it might have been from a different location because I haven't seen any cargo triples being pushed back or crossing the runway since I heard it.
Yeah, because when they started, I was stepping into it. Like, hey, someone is starting up.
Yeah, GE90s, I heard them as well, so must have been from a different location then that the sound was emanating. In the meantime, you can see that the Atlas 747 has turned final. Before it is KLM flight 792, 777-300ER arriving from Sao Paulo. And Iceland Air Flight 500 is on the downwind as well. Thanks for the heads up, Wolfgang. Where is that? Well, still approaching. I wouldn't call that downwind yet. It will first have to be vectored to the right, then it will be on downwind. Still going. Diamond Painting Town has to go. Thank you for joining, mate. Unfortunate that you have to go because the queen, the second queen of the show, is now approaching and will be landing here in minutes from now. Another GE90 being started, unmistakably. Beautiful glide slope shot. Just took a picture with my camera. Hopefully that will be a thumbnail at someday. Irvin asks if I caught PY993. The answer is no, unfortunately I haven't. Almagovi, goedemorgen. Atlas net over Katwijk heen. Are you from Katwijk as well? I'm standing here with another resident from Katwijk as it happens. je nu achter je kijkt, moet je het denk ik kunnen zien. Ja, there's definitely a triple now behind us. Goofy is right. We'll see that soon enough though. First up, KLM flight 792, that's a 777-300 arriving from Sao Paulo, which is on a continent called Latin America, where you'll also find a country called Ecuador. This is the Papa Hotel Bravo Victor Delta, the BVD. It used to be Marissa's Beloved. It used to be in the SkyTeam livery until they repainted it months ago, earlier in the year. Touchdown, yada yada yada. Next is Queen number 2. And the A380 is on downwind. It should be visible from here. It's not there already, is it? Funny. I can see it on flight radar, but the sun is blocking. Atlas Air, Queen number 2, flight 8209, arrival from Miami, Florida, 7478, 8 hours and 45 minutes underway now. The November 859 Gin Tonic is the registration. Number 4, flight radar tracked by 736 people. Rookie numbers, we have more viewers than that. This is an airplane 10 years old, first flight October 2015. Question is, will it get loud? We'll find out soon enough. Let's look and listen. How about those reversers? No. It's not meant to be today. It's not meant to be. Emirates is turning base. Iceland Air is turning final and is now number 2 to arrive. Iceland Air flight 500, that's a 767-300. And indeed, clean flaps. Well spotted, Eddie. Almost KLM-like. We'll see Her Majesty in a few moments. Long distance headshot. And we have a 777 over here, giving us a little closer by headshot already. And Her Majesty should appear from behind in a few moments. The next arrival here on Kaagbaan is KLM flight 1602. That's arriving from Rome, 737-800. 380 is turning in. That's also creating a beautiful glide slope shot. So let's turn around and have a look at it for a moment. There you can see the A380 turning in. Lovely glide slope shot. So that is an Iceland Air 767 with the A380 in the background. Hey Roy Ramdin. Merry Christmas. Welcome back, mate. Perfect timing. A380 still has the gear in. TTV de Trefhoek, Merry Christmas to you too. Here you can see the gear extending on the A380. Outer main gear comes out first. When that is locked in place, the inner main gear will also deploy. The nose gear comes out simultaneously. Once everything is locked in, the hatches will close, which we'll also be able to see if all is well. Yep, there you go. And you can see the main gear cleanly sticking out. Emirates Sky Cargo here in the new standard livery with the ribbon tail that our members also have access to as a custom emoji is set to cross the runway after Iceland Air will have landed, but before the A380 touches down. One Emirate comes, the other is going. First up, Iceland Air Flight 500 arriving from Reykjavik in Iceland. It is a 767-300 the TFISO, 25 years old, first flight February 2000. Will it go or will it wait? It goes. Emirates is clearing the way before Emirates is arriving. And in the meantime, long distance headshot of the Atlas. Emirates Sky Cargo is clearing the way for Emirates before Emirates will land here. Emirates Flight 147 arriving from Dubai. The Alpha 6 Echo Victor Delta, 6 hours and 35 minutes on the way. Number 2 on flight radar tracked by 891 people. Rookie numbers, we have more viewers than that right now. Let's make it number 1, guys. I'm not sure if we can, but let's give it a go. 907 people are tracking it. Normally speaking, at this stage, the airplane would have flown around 6.5 hours, and its ballpark average 6 hours and 35 minutes the flight time. The airplane is 7 years old, first flight April 2018. Will it get loud? The two 747s that landed earlier in the show did not use their reversers. They landed with idle reversers. Yesterday the A380 did the same. No, wait, yesterday they did deploy the reversers. So fingers crossed that today they'll do the same. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like on your way out if you might leave again after this landing. What a looker. The apartment building on wings. And a nice combo shot. Emirates and Emirates. Yesterday they were late with deploying the reversers, but today it seems like it's an idle reverse landing. Disappointing. Disappointing in the audio department. Visually, not so much. Right. There is a Dornier D328 on its way to the other runway. Arriving from St. Moritz in Switzerland. Can we see it already? I think we can. There it is. It's a small Dornier 328 arriving from St. Moritz. MHS Aviation. 1 hour and 25 minutes underway. Operated by Elon Jenny or something. German registered. Delta Charlie India Romeo Juliet. 30 years old already. First flight January 1995. I had just begun middle school in that year. Or no, a year prior. What were you doing in 1995, Senator Shinobi?
1995, I was
Don't remember anymore. In the meantime, an A321neo from KLM landing here. And these are the props of the Dornier that you're hearing. Will it land on 36 right, or will it do a breakaway landing to runway 04? I suspect it might be the latter.
I think it was in the last couple of years at my school show.
Ah, also in school. Yeah, it's breaking away. It's going to land on runway 04. Last minute breakaway landing to runway 04 while following the glide slope of runway 36 right for the better part. All right, well, question is there something interesting still worthwhile waiting for? Because I think, oh wait, yeah, Kuwait flight 127 is approaching. Now we'll land here. It's still early. Still early enough for it to come this way. Hey, Russell Crowe over here in the foreground. Eh? Hello there, buddy. Happy Boxing Day. Oh. Coming even closer. Right. Lovely. What's he munching on? Something grassy, probably.
I saw something that was red.
Okay. Well, maybe somebody left some food behind. Not sure. Hans Josef, herzlich willkommen, guten Tag. David Wolf has to go. Thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hank also has to leave. Hank Hogeveen, thanks for stopping by, mate. See you soon. Now, as long as there are still a few wide bodies on their way to this runway, it is worthwhile staying around for. For now, there's still traffic coming this way. Qatar will also probably be in time to land here. Airways is arriving here with an A330neo, and it is only still 12:19, so if all is well until 1 o'clock, all traffic coming in should be landing here on this runway. And welcome to the channel Silvercon Avia, who just arrived here for the first time. Welcome to the channel. Nice of you to say hi. If you are new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. It isn't mandatory, but it is always appreciated. Feel free to shoot any questions that you might be having. Many are watching, and they together know quite a lot. We'll happily try to answer your questions. In the meantime, let me take a small sip of ice-cold vodka. Right, EasyJet up next. You might want to look away if you're gluten intolerant. It might give you the cramps. This is EasyJet flight 22515 arriving from London Luton. Celiac City. On its left is TAP Air Portugal. That's flight 668 arriving from Lisbon, an A321neo. Ben the Man has to go. Thanks for stopping by, Ben the Man. And enjoy the rest of your day. Tiger also back in the chat. Merry Christmas. Good to see ya. Hope you had a nice day yesterday. Yeah, the Kuwaiti A330 is on the downwind. I suspect it ought to be visible if I knew exactly where I needed to look. Arriving from London Luton, 43 minutes the flight time, nominal flight duration. Regardless of which London airport, the flight time is almost always 40 to 45 minutes. Oh, that sounds great, Clemencia. Clemencia has a big pot of tomato soup and baguette with herb butter as dinner for tonight. That sounds good.
So, what's the address?
Yeah, where do we need to go to? Make your own herb butter. That's so much better than when you get some store-bought. But that's the case with almost everything. Make your own creme brulee. That's also infinitely more tasty than when you get something out of the store. Still, it is convenient, and it's probably also a bit cheaper because they'll probably have cheaper ingredients. If you use real whipped cream, if you use egg yolks, and if you use real vanilla pods, particularly the vanilla pods, are pretty expensive, yeah. Then again, there's no extract that comes close to the real stuff. Although some extracts definitely are better than others. It's always a thankful subject, food and drink. Hey, Frank. Frank also back in the chat. Good morning. Merry Christmas, mate. Good to see you again. Hope you've been well. Tap at Portugal flight 668 arriving from Lisbon, A321neo. Keeping the camera a little more zoomed out, this is what things look like. Big picture wise, stuff is still the same. The sky is blue for the majority, looking to the north and looking to the east. You can see the same. You can see that the canal is still frozen over. Here we have Russell Crowe in the field. Looking to the south, Sandra Shinobi with a yellow orb above him. That must be that alleged sun. This is looking to the west. Once again, looking at the glide slope to the southwest, there were a few high cirrus clouds in the backdrop before, but they have dissipated. Hey, Fatbike Dutch, also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Merry Christmas. Hope you've had a good day yesterday. Ooh, that sounds good, Roy. Roy says, my wife is now busy making tom kha kai soup. Thai soup. That sounds really tasty. Where do we need to go to? Alright. 2 airplanes just won the glide slope. KLM flight 1754 is approaching first, arriving from Hamburg. You know what they call the people living in Hamburg? Hamburgers. Tasty. And behind it is a lot to see. Arriving from Warsaw, an Embraer 175. Frosty the Snowman? No, yesterday I was Frosty the Snowman, Frank. Today it is decently doable. Particularly the last hour or so, you can definitely tell that the weather is a bit warmer. It's warming up, and it's most importantly not as windy as yesterday. I'll be honest with you, the moment that my my electric gloves don't have any heat anymore and I have run out of batteries, the stream will end very rapidly.
Says
Ah, it's 0 degrees. Okay. Well, in that case, we shouldn't venture on the ice anymore. How about we do an airplane dance together on the ice? Yeah.
It's like 20 centimeters thick.
Nah, not yet. Not yet. Maybe after the upcoming night.
Oh, and by the way, was it not yesterday, day before? I drove the truck. I was going there.
Yeah.
And was a plane coming in?
Yeah.
No lights, just the wing lights.
I've seen that before, that they seem to forget to turn on the lights, or if it is a power saving option.
It had the wing lights weren't on, the tail light wasn't on. I was like, what the?
Yeah, I've seen it before, that it seems like they forgot to do the checklist and assume that the lights are working, and they come in with just the strobes on. Don't know why.
And there was also a plane. The lights were positioned so, yeah, well, normally, but the reflection of the light reflected off the front part of the engines.
Oh, nice.
And it looked like
It looked like they were having double lights.
well, it looked like the engines had a ring light around it.
Oh?
I was like, what the f-
ring light engine effect, almost like new BMWs.
Yeah, exactly.
where the grille is also illuminated hideously.
Yeah. I was like, what the, is that blue? What is this?
Optical illusions, yeah.
Bloody-
A lot to see here at Schiphol Airport. And happy Boxing Day to you too, Veronique. Nice to read that the creme brulee yesterday turned out to be very tasty.
We weren't invited.
Rightly so. You know how much calories creme brulee has when it's based on just whipped cream and egg yolks, and you also put on the sugar to caramelize it.
But still,
I put it through one of those calorie apps before, and I scared myself shitless. If you're on a diet and you want to offset any calorie deficit in one go, have one creme brulee and it's done. All right, next up will be Kuwait Airways flight 127, earlier today than it was yesterday, so it's coming to the right runway. It's an A330neo, 5 hours and 27 minutes on the way, the 9 Kilo Alpha Papa Lima, the 9 Capel. And it seems that we've crossed through 800 likes. Thank you all so much for that. That's 80% of an airplane dance done. If you guys are enjoying the show and you haven't done so already, consider adding to the likes. It really helps to bring an airplane dance about. Allegedly, it also helps to bring in new viewers, but I'm not too sure about that. Either way, here we have a beautiful Kuwait Airways A330neo. Brand new. First flight was in May this year. And you can see airplanes in the background, or at least one. The airplane in the background turning in is an EasyJet A319 arriving from Belfast in Northern Ireland. There was another airplane further back, but here I'm not seeing it right away. Frank wonders how many calories cardboard has. Undoubtedly less than creme brulee. Though paper does contain sugars. I'm not sure. I don't think that the sugars. Yeah, we cannot digest them. They're just acting as fibers for us. Yeah, wind is picking up. Yesterday too, that the wind was going back and forth a little, picking up, slowing down. This morning we began the show with 7 knots of wind. We've also had it at 11 at points in time. Another A330neo from Delta is over Noordwijk right now and is number 3 to arrive. Shamrock Flight 604 arriving from Dublin also underway. The Qatar Airways 777-300 is also approaching over the province of Flevoland right now. There we go, we have two airplanes on the glide slope. That would be EasyJet in the foreground and KLM in the background. The airplane on the right, an A319 arriving from Belfast in Northern Ireland. The airplane on the right, on the left, a 737 from KLM arriving from Milan. The wind is blowing from the northeast, more or less headwind for the airplanes that are landing on this runway. Austrian 787 near Purmerend, east to west, Wolfgang says. East to west? Or am I misreading? East to west, he says. Well, I do see a couple of contrails. Over there we have one. That is going west to east. That's...
That one and there's one.
Then there's more coming this way. This is east to west. Still too far off to see clearly. Unlike the EasyJet. Gillard is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Welcome back. Merry Christmas. And Fatbike Dutch is celebrating almost 1.5 years, 17 months of membership. Thank you so much for your continued support, mate. Blue Sky Stream, Merry Christmas, he writes. Thank you so much for your ongoing support, mate. It was a pleasure to meet you back when it was still warmer. And thank you so much for the ongoing support, mate. Hope everything in the lounge is still very much to your liking. If it's not, let me know. That goes for all members. If there's anything amiss, hit me up, let me know. Let me see what I can do to make things better. Hope you're going to stick around for many more months to come, Fatbike Dutch. If not as a member, then at least as a regular frequent visitor. Delta A330 Neo, now number 2. And here number 1, KLM flight 1614, arriving from Milan, 737-800. With a carry cabin in the back. Me and Sander are not completely alone at the beginning of the grass field. There are also a few people. Yesterday it was calmer. There was only a guy standing right next to me filming as well. I'm not sure if he wore heated gloves like I did. If he didn't, kudos to him for staying out so long. He only wrapped up shortly before I was done streaming yesterday. And it was absolutely much colder yesterday than it is today. It's definitely not warm yet, but it's a big difference.
I don't mind the cold, but the wind?
The wind was terrible. The wind was appalling. Yeah, that made it cold. Without the wind, it wouldn't have been cold. If you're in the sunshine, if you're on a skiing trip, if you're out of the wind in the sun, the sun in the winter can also be very warm. And Yillard is informing us that the Transavia in new livery will land in 15 minutes. Nice. I don't think I've seen that before in real life. So, do you happen to know the flight number, Yillard? Makes it a bit easier for me to keep track of it. This is Delta Airlines Flight 142, arriving from Bill J's hometown of Seattle, Washington. Hours and 40 minutes on the way. November 412 Delta X-Ray. En Air van der Ville says hartelijke kerstgroeten uit Ede. Merry Christmas. Greetings back to you, mate. Thank you for the kind words. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. Delta applying the reversers. Delta is not disappointing today. Hasn't been disappointing. The only thing disappointing from Delta is that they haven't sent any A350s to Schiphol in a while, or at least not in the times I was streaming, during the times I was streaming. What's this? It's twin jet. Now I'd say northeast of me. Headed for the west, slightly northwest. No new livery, okay. Well, Yellard says it's Transavia 5132 arriving from Barcelona. That should be the one with the new livery. Maybe Flight Radar hasn't updated the picture yet? That could be. That's not unlikely. Now, this is not KLM Flight 604 because that would arrive from LAX. This is Shamrock Flight 604, Aer Lingus arriving from Dublin in Ireland. 1 hour 17 minutes on the way. 17 minutes seems a tad long. Normally speaking, the flights to and from Dublin are around an hour or so. Ah, Kuwait Airways to JFK. 777. Thank you guys for looking that up. Qatar is downwind somewhere. According to Flight Radar, it should be within. Oh yeah, it should be within visual range. Already further downwind than I thought it was, but there it is. That's the 777-300 Qatar Airways Flight 273 arriving from Doha, which we'll see in minutes from now. Next up, Air France Flight 1640 arriving from Paris. Bombardier C-Series 300, or as they're called these days, A220s. The Verhuizen, that's its registration. Foxtrot Hotel Zulu Uniform November. 42 minutes underway. Nominal flight duration. Ah, there she is. I was wondering if you were coming in today or not. Sarah the Real Deal also returning in the chat. Good to see you, Sarah. Happy Boxing Day. Howdy, Ronald. Peter Panda. That's a nice name. Peter Panda. All right, let's see. This is Sky Express. Is this one of those airplanes that says Greece is bliss? It seems like it, based on the picture on Flight Radar. It's arriving from Athens. Are there any Greeks in the chat that can actually confirm that Greece in fact is bliss? Because it says so on the tin, but is it really so? Lord Andrew says, hello boy, Aer Lingus are probably a bit sluggish today after their day off yesterday. Could be. Or maybe they have experienced a severe headwind or something. Not sure.
They flew backwards.
They flew backwards. That might be it.
Pilots were in the back.
The pilots were in the back. Karen cabin in the front. Hey, John Dutch Canadian also back in the chat. Merry Christmas, mate. Good to see you again. Hope all has been well. Sky Express flight 790 arriving from Athens. Athens, like Istanbul, is usually a 3-hour destination, and the flight duration of this flight is nominal, 2 hours and 56 minutes. Greece is bliss, allegedly. That's what Sky Express keeps saying. Is it really so? Is it really so? Okido. Next up, EasyJet flight 27900 arriving from Valencia. That is an A320neo. Behind it should be the Qatar 777. You can see it at the 7 o'clock. They're approaching. There they are. Meanwhile, the last battery of my current stock in the heated glove. Fire it on again. There's something weird going on with YouTube lately. All of a sudden we have around 1800 viewers. That's really weird, particularly considering that the A380 has already landed. I saw a certain spike a couple of streams ago as well, where in 2 minutes time we doubled the number of viewers. Really weird how that happens. And warm welcome to the show, those people who just tune in. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are here at Schiphol Airport following the arrivals into runway 06, aka the Kaagbaan. Primary runway for arrivals right now until approximately 1 p.m. local time, which you will find in the bottom left corner of your screen. From then on, it should be an hour of converging arrivals. A secondary runway for arrivals will open up. Normally speaking, on days like today, that should be the Alsmeerbaan or runway 36 right. Means that everything arriving to Schiphol from the east will go to that runway, and everything arriving from the west will continue to come to this runway. Transavia, now number 3 on the leftmost. That's in the new livery. It's a subtle new iteration. It's not a big difference from the standard livery, but it does look a bit different if you look closely. The letters are bigger, but it's not as different as the retro is. First up, EasyJet A320neo arriving from Valencia in Spain. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. It isn't mandatory, but it is always appreciated. Should you have any questions, there's plenty people watching. Most of them are friendly. Together they know quite a lot, so if you have any questions, feel free to shoot. Don't be afraid to interact with people in the live chat. It's not mandatory, but it is always appreciated. If you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you want to stay in front of upcoming live streams in the future. Next up will be Qatar Airways flight 273 arriving from Doha. That's a 777-300. 6 hours and 5 minutes on the way. Registration Alpha 7 Bravo Echo Alpha. The airplane is 12 years old. Its first flight was in April 2013. Midvi, good afternoon. Good to see you again. Yari, goedemiddag. Good to see you again. Amateur Moon also back. Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day to all of you. typical 777-300 You'll hear the same howl when a 777 freighter passes by, but not when a 777-200 passes by. It makes a different sound, distinctly different. Now I can see that there's a Turkish A380 also approaching the Kaagbaan still, the runway that we are right next to. Transavia flight, Turkish flight 1957 is arriving from Istanbul, still coming this way. As you can see, this sunny weather here, temperatures around freezing right now, moderate wind. Yesterday it was worse, it was cooler and more breezy. Senna was asking about the clothing I'm wearing. Well, I am wearing my ski trousers. Those are padded. I have a pair of rain trousers over those. I am wearing ski socks over my regular socks. Heated gloves, of course. You need layering of clothing, but you also need moderate wind. If it is windy, it is still cold, but it's way better today than it was yesterday. This is Transavia flight 5132, and allegedly this is the new iteration of the standard livery. Have a look. It's a channel premiere. It's subtle. It is subtle. In the meantime, Sardi is celebrating 3 months of membership. Woohoo! Good day, boy. Love your work. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for the continued support, Sardi. 3 months in the lounge, and I hope those have been to your liking. If not, let me know. Let me see what I can do to make things better. Hope you'll stay around for many more months to come, Sardi. This is Fidel Castro, hunting for Pinky and the Brain. One's a genius, the other's insane.
Tunk.
Yep, Tunk. Did he catch something?
I don't know, Brain.
Gee, Brain. What do you want to do tonight? Where did he go to? Oh, still up in the sky. So I guess he didn't catch anything just now. My hands are off the camera. It's hovering perfectly still. Hey, a couple of contrails. They probably will not be crossing each other simultaneously. No, the top one already will have passed. The bottom one does look like a wide-body, if not a quad-engined airplane. Anyway, we have an E2 Embraer 195 KLM flight 1944 arriving from Basel. And after that, a Bombardier C-Series 300, aka A220 from Air Baltic arriving from Riga. And next after that will be Turkish with an A330-200 arriving from Istanbul, Turkey. Typical whistle emanating from the geared turbofan engines on board this airplane. E2 Embraers and A220s have related engines, geared turbofans. Like yesterday, today too, an E2 Embraer and an A220 will follow one another back to back, so we'll have reference material to compare with. On the right, we have an Air Baltic A220 arriving from Riga, where it left from 1 hour and 48 minutes ago. Yankee Lima Alpha Alpha Romeo is the registration. And on the left, we have Turkish Airlines flight 1957 arriving from Istanbul, Turkey. And we're almost at 1,000 likes. Nice. That gives me a bit of workout to do. An airplane dance will be performed when we reach 1,000 likes while live. Some nice warming up. Another airplane in the background that is visible is KLM flight 1020 arriving from Leeds in Embraer 190. That's going to be the third airplane to arrive. In the meantime, converging arrivals have begun. You will see on flight radar that KLM flight 1818 arriving from Frankfurt is on the glide slope to 36 right. In the meantime, Sardi just now went ahead, gifted 5 memberships. And listen for that whistle. Can you hear it? Just like the E2 Embraer before it. Courtesy of the geared turbofan engines on board. In the meantime, Sardi just now went ahead and gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much for your generosity, Sardi. A warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those 5 new members. If you are one of the recipients of Sardi's gifted memberships, don't forget to say thank you and enjoy those custom emojis that you'll now have at your disposal for a month. Sardi, thank you so much for your generosity and a warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those 5 new members. Turkish flight 1957 arriving from Istanbul is up next. It's an A330-200 arriving in a few moments. It left from Istanbul 2 hours and 46 minutes ago. Istanbul usually averages around 3 hours of flight time, so a little bit ahead of schedule, I would say. This particular airplane is 18 years old already, eligible to vote in the elections, during the elections. First flight October 2007. And I can see on flight radar that there is a 787-10 Dreamliner in the vicinity. KLM flight 622, which I think we ought to be able to see from here. Now on its downwind leg. Pierre, good day. Welcome back, mate. Hope all is well. Somewhere over there should be a 787-10 flying downwind. Not seeing it yet. It will appear soon enough when it is on the glide slope. Oh yeah, Sander Shinobi, who is accompanying me here, was indicating where it's flying. There it is. Thanks, Sander. There it is. Oh. Fireworks Happy New Year! New Year's Eve already. Firefighters. The bird controller is setting off some fireworks to chase away some birds behind us. Flashes and all. There's the culprit. K3. Will he shoot off another round? Or was that it? It seems like that was it. We missed the fireworks display. I apologize. You could hear it, but we were too late to see it. Next up, KLM flight 1020 arriving from Leeds. Yeah, 3 airplane glide slope shot indeed. Where is Captain Jerry to take in those beautiful glide slope shots? KLM flight 1020 arriving from Leeds. The Papa Hotel Echo Zulu Delta, 52 minutes underway. Embraer 190. 16 years old already, first flight April 2009. Getting ever closer to that airplane dance threshold of 1,000 likes, it seems like. 931 and counting. Alright, Transavia with an A321neo up next, arriving from Marrakesh, which is in Morocco in the north of Africa. Flight 5756. And another Transavia should be behind it, another A321neo arriving from Faro. You can see it just above the trees. No wait, that's the third airplane. That's the 787-10 arriving from Atlanta. The other Transavia A321neo is already on the glide slope established. Marcel van den Berg, Merry Christmas to you too, mate. And good to see you again. Dennis says, do not stop the stream at 999 likes. Yeah, it's about time to end. No, just kidding, just kidding. Yeah, if you compare that flight from Barcelona with the new updated livery, you can see that the letters are a bit smaller on this one. The logo is too. It's a bit like like what BMW is doing, ever bigger grills, and the Transavia new iteration also means a bit bigger font, a bit bigger everything. It's subtle but noticeable if you know where to look. In the meantime, Transavia flight 5356 arriving from Faro is up next, an A321neo. Behind it you can see a KLM 787-10 flight 622 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. Melody Deluxe, good afternoon, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Michael DCA also back in the chat, good to see you, mate. Aviation Guy 18, goedemiddag, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Speed Picks 1959, good day from Adol, Scotland. Is that so? I hope you guys will have better weather soon, mate. Welcome to the channel. K3 in the foreground coming this way. The window open and a wave back to us. Next airplane coming this way. KLM flight 622 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. 787-10 Dreamliner, the Papa Hotel, Bravo Kilo Romeo. 8 hours and 7 minutes on the way. It's brand new, meaning less than a year old. First flight of this airplane was in August this year. And another Transavia A321neo, which you can see on its 8 o'clock approximately to the left. Flight 6336 arriving from Valencia. It's 1 o'clock, but thus far the traffic all seems to be headed for this runway. I am expecting converging arrivals to commence right now. Around this time, runway 36 right should open up. And airplanes arriving from the east will go there for an hour. Gillian is watching with her dad, Ken. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. Long time no see. AVS Boss says hi. Oh, hi to you too, mate. Merry Christmas to you and yours. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. And this is Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe stealing the show. Looking for some food items in the grass over there. Haven't seen any aquatic birds in today's show with the water being all frozen up. No birds, no ducks, no coots, no grebes I should say. No, only Russell Crowe here. Next up, Transavia, flight 6336, symmetrical flight number, arrival from Valencia in Spain. And I'm hearing... Is that the Dash 8? Or is that the Dornier leaving?
I think so.
We're hearing propellers behind us. Sander is watching to see if he can spot something. I'm thinking it's either the Dash 8 or the Dornier that we saw before. There's definitely propeller sounds coming this way, emanating from the Schiphol Oost area. Not sure if the Dash 8 from the Coast Guard has already landed in the meantime, or if it is still out there doing a coastal patrol. There was a Dornier 328 from memory that we saw land on runway 04 earlier in the show, and I'm not sure if it's going to go out again. Wolfgang says nothing on flight radar yet. We are hearing it though, both me and Sander. Either we are mass hallucinating, having auditory hallucinations.
Yeah, what was in that vodka, man?
What was in the vodka? Shroom extract. Shroom vodka, yeah. Screw potatoes. Let's make it with shrooms instead. Yeah, no. Surely you guys must hear it on the ambient microphone as well. Giant Coin Stacks is off for some lunch. Thanks for the stream. Thank you so much for joining Giant Coin Stacks. Enjoy lunch. Hopefully see you again soon. Dustin PC, thank you so much for your super chat. Let's go for the 1,000 likes, people. We need to see the airplane dance after so long. Absolutely, we came close yesterday. Now, this is BA Flight 436 arriving from London Heathrow.
You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
It's an A320neo. Right, so you guys are hearing the propellers as well. Okay. At least we're hallucinating all together.
It's a group thing.
Yay! We're being social. We're hallucinating together. I'm not sure if anybody took notice of where the Dash 8 was and if it maybe has landed in the meantime and if they're going out on another coastal patrol already. Probably not. I'm suspecting it is probably the Dornier then. Now I'm definitely hearing something spooling up. Something is leaving. No, wait. That's another GE90, or is it?
Is it?
At the lower revs it sounded like it was the propeller airplane spooling up, but...
There goes.
Oh! So we were hearing it correctly all after all. That's the Dornier, isn't it? Or is that a different? No, that's a different airplane type. Or is that the Dornier? That's not the Dornier, it's a different propeller airplane. Nice. Alright, nice. In the meantime, KLM flight 1088 has landed here. And it is Suparna that is starting. And it was the... what was it? Oh, it was the Dornier after all. It was the Dornier after all. The engines that we are hearing starting are Suparnas. Which is over there. Already has been pushed back. Yeah, it's the same Dornier, now off to Mannheim. It's the Suparna 777 freighter. We saw it arriving here this morning. It's been pushed back and is going to leave again pretty soon. I'm also foreseeing a runway inspection since EasyJet flight 22163 arriving from Person-Chester is continuing to runway 36 right by the looks of it. First up, KLM flight 1830 arriving from Stuttgart, Embraer 175. Daniel says Silkway 747 over Purmerend from Baku to Dublin. That must be it then. Let's see if we can get that a bit closer by. Yeah. It is recognizable as Silkway, but very pixelated. Ideally, it should have been a bit closer by in passing us by. That's a bit too far out to see much details. Now, you can see that the airplanes arriving from the west, or at least the EasyJet, is continuing to 36 right. That's because I am thinking they're going to do a runway inspection here. It seems that I need to start warming up for an airplane dance. We are getting awfully close to that 1000 like mark. Means I'll also have to put down my my parka hoodie, otherwise you guys will not see that I am me. Right. Dancing shoes checked. Apple flaps set. Request taxi. Airplane dance checklist completed.
Flaps are up.
Almost there. There we are. Right, let me take down the hoodie of my parka so that you guys can see my face when I am going out. Wolfgang says, take Sander with you. Well, no. That's up to him to decide. I suspect that the triple will cross the runway right away. Have we crossed it? Yes, we have. Thank you all so much for that. One airplane dance coming up shortly, ladies and gentlemen. The triple even does the lights on. They're celebrating as well. 1,000 likes while live. How long ago has that been?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Too long to my liking, for my liking. Suparna is crossing the runway right away. You know what that means. Right. We needed to do that first, obviously, and now it is time for an airplane dance. In the meantime, Tiger just now went ahead, gifting no less than 10 memberships. Tiger, thank you so much for your generosity. You really did not have to do that. I thank you so much for your generosity. You're doing more than enough as this, as a mod. Gifting memberships is definitely not necessary. I hope that everybody who just received a gifted membership from you will say thank you for it. Enjoy those custom emojis, guys. One airplane dance coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Thank you all so much for 1,000 likes. Here we go. Airplane dance. Time, and I am being shadowed. I see Sennheiser Shinobi is doing the airplane dance with me. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for participating, Sander. Here we go. Incoming in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Thank you all so much. Applause for you. Hands up for you guys. That was amazing. Right. There is a 747 arriving from Jeddah that is approaching 36 right. In the meantime, Transavia is arriving from Naples, A321neo. Fireworks are being set off behind us. Bird controller still on the runway, but not for much longer. The next traffic is already approaching. Right, is that 747 coming this way? Or is it not? Hey, Han also back in the chat. Good to see you, Han. Malky also back in the chat. Merry Christmas, Happy Boxing Day to all of you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for 1,000 likes and for allowing me to do another airplane dance. That is incredible. Such a long time it has been. Now, there's a Saudi 747 approaching. I suspect it has been assigned to 36 right, or has it not? If it's coming to runway 06, let me know. Apple Flaps wants to know, what is the name of your companion? It's Sander Shinobi. Sander Shinobi in the house. Pretty soon it'll also be Boy Shinobi. I'll also have one of those balaclavas that he was wearing the other day.
Boy Shinobi or Shinobi Boy?
Shinobi Boy. Let's keep it at Shinobi Boy. Right, I can already see that the Saudi 747 is turning in, looking to be the third arrival to Alsmeerbound then. On paper, I think we ought to be able to see it. It's probably somewhere just over the building, or maybe still a bit behind. We're not seeing it yet. If it does become visible, I will turn the camera to it. That Saudia 747 should also become visible, taxiing back to the apron. It is a cargo jet, so it is going to be parked right where we can see. This is Transavia flight 6412, arriving from Naples, Napoli in Italy, A321neo. KLM flight 1502, arriving from Madrid, behind it. Right, let's turn around for the Saudia 747. It's going to the wrong runway. There it is.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
Saudia cargo flight 933, arriving from Jeddah. 5 hours and 42 minutes underway, and the registration is 9 Hotel Alpha Kilo Foxtrot. The 9 Hakaf. Not to confuse with the Papa Hotel Alpha Kilo Foxtrot, which is an A330 from KLM. I think Maria just announced that she is going to bed. Thank you for joining, Maria. Sleep tight and hopefully see you again tomorrow. Saudia is number 10 on flight radar, tracked by 486 people. Rookie numbers, we have more viewers than that. One last time, are we going to see it briefly after this building, and then we'll lose it. 30-year-old 747, first flight was in December 1994. We are going to see the rollout once it has touched down on runway 36 right. It will appear again from the right in a few moments. And we should be able to see it also coming back this way when it is going to its apron, to its parking stand. There it is. And that's the reverses of the 747, quite clearly audible. Now, do we have any wide bodies on approach to the Kaagbaan anytime soon? I don't see any just yet. Ryanair is approaching and will be third to land. Ryanair flight 420 arriving from Dublin, MAX 8737. This is Transavia flight 6144 arriving from Alicante. And indeed, will we see a bouncy landing? The latest and greatest of the custom emojis. 34 of them for our members. Bouncy landing. Have a look. You'll see it is actually Ryanair. Ryanair doing a bouncy landing. But will we see one today? And indeed, Buzz, on the wrong runway they do reverse. That's not fair. It definitely isn't. I also thought of that. The 747s that we have seen landing here on 06, the two that we saw today, and also the A380, all idled it. Hey Gerrit, good to see you again. Happy Boxing Day to you too, mate. Yeah, life's unfair. Case in point, 747 reversing on the wrong runway, and here nothing, nada, zilch. Three airplanes on the glide slope. It's all narrow bodies o'clock for the time being. First airplane to arrive here is an Embraer 190 from KLM, arrival from Nantes, flight 1420. After that, we are going to see Ryanair with their MAX 8 737 arrival from Dublin. The third airplane that you could see was Transavia flight 6116, arrival from Malaga, A321neo. Frank says, you can think of a sound clip from Bouncer the song. I don't think I know of that song. Who's the artist performing that song? Must look that up one day then. It's a KLM flight, but an Air France Embraer. Oui, oui, omelette du fromage, vin rouge. Merci beaucoup, à bientôt. And that was K3. Sorry?
Probably means this one. Go to the bouncer.
Okay, well, let's be careful with the mic and don't want to get copyright infringed because of playing copyright protected music on stream. Sander thinks he found it.
It's the only one that comes along.
Gerrit asks, can you keep warm? Absolutely, not a big problem right now. It's way warmer than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was harder to keep warm with all the wind. Hey, Alvin also back in the chat. What up, mate? Dude, you just missed an airplane dance the first time in ages and you missed it. Bad timing, mate. I would go so far to say it is piss poor timing, actually. And not a bouncy landing at all. Actually remarkably controlled. Is this the real Ryanair or is this the fake Ryanair that has pilots that land controlled in a controlled fashion? So many questions. And the answer is 42 for some reason. Because that's the answer to the life, the universe and everything. So question then becomes, how do we work that answer into the question? And the answer is 42. I am wondering what to eat for dinner. The answer is 42, yeah. But how do you eat your 42? Fried, cooked, sautéed? The answer is 42. If you think it doesn't make sense, the answer is 42. Yeah. All right. Transavia up next. Another A321neo arriving from Malaga. Flight 6116. Okie-do, okie-do. Lufty CRJ on final 236 right. Not sure if Michael is still in the chat. There was also, by the way, a CRJ 1000 yesterday in the beginning of the show. Now, in the vicinity of the sun, you can see several contrails. More than one airplane playing Air Icarus. Lovely day still, Kaagbaan. Cool but good visibility. Bit more humidity in the air, in the atmosphere than yesterday. Makes the contrails all the better visible. Embraer 190 KLM flight 1640 up next, arriving from Turin. And a 737 arriving from Barcelona behind it, also from KLM. Third airplane to approach from the right, which you can see above the trees in the center right now, is KLM flight 1032, arriving from Chester. That's an A321neo. Indeed, Gerrit, what age were you last year? 42. Oh, sharp as a pencil. That's a good one, Gerrit. Indeed, indeed, indeed. All right, let's turn around for the CRJ. Where is it? Where? I think over there. Yes, here we are. Lufty flight 992 arriving from Frankfurt. CRJ 900 long range. Delta Alpha Charlie. November Lima is the registration. Flight time of 40 minutes from Frankfurt to Amsterdam thus far.
What?
15-year-old airplane, first flight February 2010. It's also sounding like there is movement on the cargo apron. Maybe I'm just mishearing. Oh, it's the 747. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. See it. There it is. Wolfgang asks, how long will the stream last? From 4 to 2. Keep them coming, guys. Yeah, it was looking like a Frankfurter as well, Frank. Indeed. A flying sausage. Not a flying saucer, but a flying sausage. Still haven't had breakfast yet. Still talk about food makes me a bit peckish.
The only thing I ate was like 2 chocolates.
Lycée for chocolates. Yeah, that 747 will be crossing the runway sometime soon. Adi Douwe, goedemiddag, good afternoon. And David MS020, whoever gifted me a membership a few days, thank you, he writes. Thank you on behalf of me as well. Enjoy the membership, David, and the custom emojis. It's looking like the cargo 747 is going to cross the runway already. Or will it have to wait? There is the A321neo approaching.
Yeah, I think it's gonna wait.
Yeah, I think so too.
So.
Yeah, after the Neo, there's plenty time. There's also nothing big coming this way, so I think maybe after we have seen this Saudia cross the runway and vanish to its parking, might be a good moment to wrap up. Not sure how long my heated glass will hold. I don't think for much longer.
Actually, my feet are like
Yeah, two layers of socks, and I also have two sandwich bags, plastic sandwich bags over my socks, in my shoes. Thought it might help against the wind. I'm not sure if it did, but my feet are definitely less cold than I think they otherwise would have been, so I think they're helpful.
I have very thick socks and very thin shoes.
Yeah. I have thick socks, ski trousers, rain trousers, thick parka, heated gloves. Absolutely a necessity if you want to stand here for multiple hours on end. The 747 is going. Now, it should be out again for another stream tomorrow if it isn't too foggy. We'll have to see. More moisture will drift into the Netherlands. Might result in fogginess tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Hopefully it will not be as severe as last Saturday. There she is, the Saudi Cargo 747. Across the runway.
And it's taken off. What?
Yeah, no, it's not going to take off from here.
That would be something.
It'll take a right-hand turn at some point and find its final parking spot pretty soon. It's already begun to turn. Or has it? Yeah, I think they're turning in already.
Yeah.
Long distance butt shot of Her Majesty the Queen. No. Not turning in yet. Still continuing. Ooh, Royal Jordanian is on final 236 right. All right, I'll bite Michael. What did the 747 say after crossing the runway? You're making me curious. En goedemiddag, it's JG. Fijne feestdagen to you and yours as well.
Now it's turning.
There's Saudia going. Right, I see a quad-engined Contro coming our way from the east. There it is. And Royal Jordanian is over here. I think with the current position of the sun, we ought to be able to make out a few details. Not a whole lot, but still. I love this livery. It's a lovely machine. First time I saw it when I was small, I thought, oh, it's the King and Queen arriving, but just a fancy schmancy national carrier. Ah, 42, of course. Yeah, I should have known, Michael. I'm so hungry. I bit. I haven't eaten yet. Can you tell? Right. I think we are going to wrap up the show any moment now, ladies and gentlemen. One last look at this beautiful quad-engined Contrail coming this way, and then I think I am going to wrap up though. I had a blast filming here. Way better temperature-wise than yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I should be out again tomorrow and also on Sunday with new streams, weather permitting. If visibility is shit, then obviously I won't go out. No use in going out if it is densely fogged, but hopefully it's not going to be so bad. It will be less sunny tomorrow and on Sunday than it was today and and yesterday. Another Emirates A380, quite clearly recognizable as such. If you guys did enjoy the show, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. If you want to support the channel, make sure to subscribe if you want to stay in front of upcoming live streams and announcements and whatnot. A massive big thank you to everybody for the support today, for the major amounts of super chats, super stickers again, the many gifted memberships. Also a massive big thank you to the mods for once again keeping the chat friendly and accessible to all. And also thank you, Sander, for keeping me company and for voluntarily, without me even asking to do so, joining me on an airplane dance. Thank you all so much for the 1,000+ likes. Hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm, and I will see you soon. Bye for now, guys. Take care.